From a soggy Monona Grove High School, it's the Level 2 Division 3 playoffs between the Monona Grove Silver Eagles and the Edgerton Crimson Tide. I'm Steve Martinelli alongside the Boober Bob Schmook, and Bob, tonight we see the best high school running back in the country.
I don't know about the country, but certainly in the state. That would be our man Ricky Williams, the Edgerton halfback, who does indeed lead the state in rushing. He's rushed for over 2,100 yards this year, averaging close to 10 yards a carry, Steve. And how many times over 300 yards this year for him?
3 times over 300.
That is an impressive performance, whether you play in the Rock Valley Conference, the Badger Conference, wherever. Anytime you rush for over 300 yards in a game, that is quite an accomplishment. He's done it 3 times this year. What's more surprising about Ricky Williams, really, than the yardage he's gained, Steve?
His size. This kid is 5'6" and 140 pounds, and yet he's carried the ball 226 times this season, including a boggling 30 times last week when he ran for 209 yards, 2 touchdowns, including a 68-yard run that really broke that game open against the Jefferson Beagles.
And let's compare that with Monona Grove. Monona Grove's leading rusher this year in terms of attempts is Torin Young. He's carried the ball 118 times. So this young man, who's a junior and only 5'6", for Edgerton, has carried the ball over 100 times more than Torin Young has this year.
Yeah, despite all of those yards that he's run for, the team themselves have run for just a little more than the Silver Eagles have, Bob. I think as a team, I'd prefer to have 3 guys that can run the ball like that rather than just one.
Well, clearly that does favor the Silver Eagles tonight, as does the weather, I believe, as well, Steve, because Edgerton relies so much on their ground game. Vast percentage of their yardage and scoring has happened on the ground, and especially counting on a boy like Ricky Williams, who depends, frankly, on speed, and he's not a between-the-tackles rusher. A wet field is more likely to slow down the Edgerton Crimson Tide than it is the Silver Eagles.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because Edgerton has faced some decent teams this year. Really, the best team they faced all year, though, has been Lodi, and they got beat by Lodi 28-21, and in that game they held Ricky to just 119 yards, almost his season low. I don't think they've seen a defense like they're going to see tonight, especially the linebackers. Offerdahl and Lippiat are going to be following Mr. Williams quite a bit tonight.
And I certainly haven't seen the speed on defense that Monona Grove brings to the table either. You talk about Offerdahl and Lippiat, very fast, but if you want to talk about real fast, how about that outside linebacker, Zach Stinson? I mean, the man has 13.5 sacks this year, and trust me, it's not on spin moves or bull rushes. It's all about speed. It's all about gaining the edge on the tackle that's trying to block him.
You said 13.5 sacks. He's got 24 tackles for loss. That's just staggering in a 10-game season.
It's mind-boggling.
One thing that's going to be interesting, Bob, is the turnovers tonight. The Silver Eagles are, what, plus 16 in turnovers?
Plus 16, indeed.
And although we've got incomplete statistics on Edgerton, it looks as if they're close to even or maybe a little on the negative side of things.
Yeah, and you can... You know, we both carried on different occasions about what a difference, having that plus turnover ratio means over the course of a season. But there are teams like Edgerton who can overcome that and still turn in a pretty fair record.
Well, for those of you old-timers like us, you may remember when Edgerton used to be in the Badger Conference. In fact, their last season was Bob's senior year, and I think you guys fared fairly well against Edgerton.
Yeah, we went down to Edgerton, beat them 44-14. We were ahead by a pile at halftime. I think I played 1 series in the second half, and then I was able to go sit on the bench. Also playing in that game was Coach Mike Stassi. He was a sophomore that year. It was his first year on varsity. He finished second in the Badger Conference rushing that year to Tim Olson, the starting fullback for Monona Grove.
Wow.
How about that?
Your memory is just uncanny.
Isn't that something?
The only time these two teams have played since then is in a playoff game back in 2003 when the Silver Eagles beat the Crimson Tide 48-12. They led that game 41-6 at halftime. The star of the game, Darren Schwen, well, Darren Schwen was a star in a lot of games, but he had 5 touchdown rushes in that game. And then there was some young feller by the name of Chad Worth that returned a punt for 67 yards and a touchdown.
I recall him.
He was pretty good.
Monona Grove comes into this game with a 21-1 all-time record versus Edgerton. Their only loss to Edgerton was in 1956, which was the year that Monona Grove joined the Badger Conference. They lost that game 6-0.
And the one tie that they had, Bob, 1967, a scoreless tie.
And when I remember when we were in high school, Steve, Edgerton was an absolute doormat in the Badger Conference, and it was always between them and Monroe. Whoever would win would finish second to last, and of course the other team would finish winless. But as soon as Edgerton changed conferences, and 76 was the last year Edgerton played in the Badger Conference, they went to the Rock Valley Conference, and things got better for them. They've made the playoffs several times, although I think this is their first appearance since 1993, is it? No, it must have been 2003 then, since Monona Grove played them. So, but they haven't made it in a while, but this is the best team they've had in a long time.
Oh, no question. This team was not expected to do this well. They lost a couple of decent players to graduation, but here they are back in the playoffs again. All right, this is going to be an interesting game tonight. A team that's a one-man gang when it comes to a rushing attack versus a team that really is a three-headed monster when it comes to rushing.
It really is, and statistically anyway, these two teams look pretty close to each other, so we should see a very interesting ball game out here tonight.
They both run the ball at a 4-to-1 ratio against the pass, so it ought to be very
I think it's going to come down to defenses and who can bottle up who, and if Monona Grove can keep Ricky Williams down to if Ricky Williams goes for 200 yards but doesn't score a touchdown, it doesn't matter. They just got to keep him out of the end zone.
That's right. They got a couple other players that are pretty decent too. That Lucas Gregory, an end linebacker, and he's their punter, is a decent threat. He's run the ball and scored a number of touchdowns for them.
13 touchdowns on the ground for Lucas Gregory.
51 carries.
Yeah, and he averaging 10 yards a carry. Williams, we didn't even say, is averaging almost 10 yards a carry to go along with his 24 scores on the ground.
All right, we're ready now for the national anthem, so please stand, remove your hats, and sing along.
For the singing out tonight, national anthem.
It was like, oh, you're so silly.
You sing like songs early life, what so proudly we had at the time last evening, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, or so gallantly streaming, and the rockets and the bells were singing, and gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, slings on that star-spangled banner yet wave, for the land of your free and the home of the brave.
All right, the 10-0 Silver Eagles versus the 9-1 Crimson Tide. Bob, we mentioned that Edgerton got here by beating Jefferson last week, 31-24. We didn't even talk about MG's game last week against Milton, where they won it 42-12.
A dominant performance by Monona Grove last week. Milton really never was in the game.
From the opening kickoff.
They really didn't, and Monona Grove controlled the ball. The opening kickoff returned for a touchdown, of course, by Trey Powers, and then after that, Monona Grove just controlled the ball almost the whole game. I don't know what the exact time of possession was, but I'm sure it favored Monona Grove by quite a bit.
I think I saw somewhere online that it was about 40-20.
Yeah, it was
not 40-20 because they only play 12-minute quarters, but virtually a 2-to-1 margin.
And I think Monona Grove, had 46 carries on the ground, and they threw 9 passes. And honestly, Milton had played Monona Grove to a virtual standoff 2 weeks before, but last week Monona Grove came ready to play and dominated both sides of the line of scrimmage.
Well, let's hope we see that same team out there tonight. Monona Grove will be kicking off from left to right to start the game, which means Edgerton will get the ball. Edgerton in their red jerseys and black pants. Those are sharp-looking uniforms.
I'm excited to see how the defense matches up against this Edgerton team. Boy, with this young junior running back, almost 2,200 yards rushing this year, obviously just a burner. Let's wait and see what kind of defense they throw up against them to keep him bottled up.
I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. I said MG was kicking there, receiving. I thought I saw the kicking unit coming out onto the field, but they're back with their normal 3 deep. Torin Young flanked by Trey Powers and Brady Blang.
Well, even better as far as I'm concerned. We'll see what kind of defense Edgerton has. Edgerton's given up 143 points in their 10 games this year. Monona only 75. We'll see if Edgerton's got the defensive line and the linebackers to stop a between the tackles game like Monona Grove runs.
Lucas Gregory teeing things up, a left-footed kicker ready to go. And we are underway. A short kick. It'll bounce off the 20.
Oh my God.
Torin Young will take it and slip down near the 20-yard line. Brady Blang leaping for that one. Not a wise decision there.
Yeah, went off his hands, kind of slowed everything down, and the tackle made almost immediately on Torin Young.
So the ball just shy of the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Silver Eagles. Quarterback Tyler Blang will start things off for the Silver Eagles. Jackson Riley and Trey Powers, the wide receivers. The backfield will most likely have Brock Offerdahl, Torin Young, and Brady Blang.
Offerdahl, the go-to guy the last 2 weeks, rushed for over 100 yards in both games.
Zinger in there. Torin Young lined up behind. And this is Offerdahl on the sweep, gets an 8-yard pickup out near the 30-yard line.
Boy, Offerdahl running wide. Now that's something we haven't seen the last couple of weeks.
He's strictly up the middle guy.
Yeah, everything's been up the gut with Offerdahl.
Zinger, typically a linebacker on defense, has been playing a lot of offense lately because of his blocking skills. Brady Blang started out the season as a starting running back and has now seen more duty as wide receiver. See Zinger out on the wing on this side. Again, we've got Offerdahl right behind quarterback Blang. This is Torin Young in motion. The handoff to Offerdahl, and he pounds ahead. Has the first down and a couple more. He might have gotten to the 34-yard line. So 2 carries for Offerdahl and a first down. They're going to give him, what, the 33.
Right.
Offerdahl has carried the ball an awful lot the last 3 games, but he's moving it in the right direction and scored a pile of touchdowns. And on top of that, it's been their leading tackler all season long. Now he lines up at fullback behind Blang. Gets the handoff again. No, it's the end around. Livesey did this for a touchdown against Fort Atkinson. This time he gets deep into Edgerton territory down near the 40-yard line. Livesey, not a lot of carries on the season, but he's averaging 37 yards a carry.
That's his 4th carry. Well, they're going to say he's out of bounds at the 47, Steve, but still enough for a first down. 20-yard gain by Livesey.
Livesey, the fastest guy on the team, possibly the fastest guy on the field, although we'll see once Ricky Williams gets out there. Now Zinger will come back in for Sawyer. Sawyer, an outstanding defensive back, leads the Silver Eagles with 4 interceptions. Offerdahl at fullback. Gets the hand again. No, Blang on the keeper. Blang and a flag coming in late.
That flag came in from about 10 yards away. It's going to be a hold on Monona Grove.
About a 1-yard pickup for Blang for naught. And they'll walk off 10 yards. Oh, yeah. I won't say who got that one because I promised his dad I would say something nice about him.
All right.
The penalty takes it all the way back to the 44-yard line.
Well, there's a couple of big kids on that defensive line over there. Number 76, Adrian Radke, goes 6'4", 276, and number 78, Colin Beasley, 6'3", 250.
The leading tacklers for Edgerton are all linebackers, though, so.
Well, that's pretty common.
All right, 1st and 20 for the Silver Eagles. Young in motion. The fake to him. Blang looking to throw. He's got Powers open downfield. Trey hangs onto this one and waltzes into the end zone.
Touchdown.
56 yards to Trey Powers. 10:22 left in the first quarter. That's already an MG lead.
Dave Kersner, the cookie guy, just high-fived us up here. Very excited about the long touchdown pass to Powers.
Well, we haven't seen a touchdown pass from by Trey Powers in a couple of weeks, so nice to get him on track. He had trouble hanging on to the ball last week.
Well, he had the kickoff return for a touchdown last week, and then with this receiving touchdown, gives him 10 for the year.
Just a junior. It'll be nice having Trey back next year. Schukart's kick makes it a 7-0 game.
Well, that was a strike-fast offense there, a lot faster than I expected Monona Grove. I figured they'd just continue to run the ball, but when they took that penalty, they thought it was a good chance to try to air it out, and they did effectively. That pass has been open a lot this year. It's just a matter of whether Powers can run under the long pass.
He made a nice catch to get this one. 56 yards, and the Silver Eagles take a 7-0 lead. And I think that's key to score on an opening drive in a game like this, Bob, because I don't think either one of these teams has a lot of comeback ability. Not on a slippery night like this. You're not going to see a lot of successful passes.
Well, I've said that if I was defending Monona Grove, I would double cover Powers on every play and let somebody else try to beat me, because Powers runs the post and he runs the out and up, and those are his two main patterns, especially on the deep ball.
And he's got as many catches now as the next two leading receivers for the Silver Eagles, Riley and Blang. That is 26th catch of the year, his 9th touchdown pass reception. Now Drew Schukart will kick off. Excuse me. Let's see if I can make out who's deep for.
Edgerton is vulnerable to the pass. They're giving up on average 123 yards passing each game this year, a completion percentage of 58%.
Williams and I think that's Converse back. I can't make it up. No, that's not Converse. He's too small. 31. This is Williams from his own 10. Picking his holes carefully and dropped short of the 30-yard line.
Was that Brock Lippiat on the tackle? Yes, it was. Number 54 for Monona Grove.
We've called Brock's name a whole lot this year, as he's the second leading tackler on the Silver Eagles.
80 tackles for Lippiat this year, 7 tackles for loss.
So 1st and 10 for the Crimson Tide at the ball at their own 29-yard line. A 7-0 lead. I don't expect the Silver Eagles to pass a lot tonight, but that one was certainly effective. We'll take it.
I don't expect Edgerton to pass a lot tonight. Let's see what they do.
Quarterback is Brooks Johnson. He'll hand it off to Williams, and Williams into the line, 5-yard pickup.
I think we'll see a steady diet of Ricky Williams tonight.
Yeah, you can generally count on him getting a couple dozen carries. The games where he hasn't run the ball a lot, they've gotten a big lead and we're able to rest him. Now quarterback Brooks Johnson will bring the play in. Johnson not in the backfield now. This is Gregory out of the Wildcat. He'll keep it himself into the line and got maybe 2 yards on it. It's going to bring up 3rd and short. Give him 3 on that. Gregory listed as an end, but that time they put Brooks Johnson out on the wing, and Gregory took the shotgun snap. So 3rd and 1, ball on the 38-yard line.
Well, you remember how the Wildcat formation just killed Monona in the playoffs a few years ago.
Oh, when Wanakee was running it? Yeah. Gregory hands off to Williams, and Williams should have enough for a 1st down and maybe a yard more. Stinson credited for the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Tide.
Well, so everything in between the tackles so far for Edgerton. I'm a little surprised to see that.
1st and 10 from the 41-yard line.
Good-sized kids on the offensive line. They compare well to Monona's defensive line.
The pitch to Williams trying to get outside. Oh, and he's tripped up and lost yards on the play.
Let's see who that was. That was Steve Martini on the tackle there.
So the first run outside the tackles results in a loss of a yard. Ball just shy of the 40-yard line.
Stinson also had a hand in that tackle.
All right, 2nd and 11 for the Tide. 8:15 to play in the first quarter and a 7-0 MG lead. Johnson calling the signals. Looking to throw for the first time. And he throws it away, looking for Cason Cleveland. Not even close with that pass. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11.
I think a rollout call is a pretty good call for Edgerton, seeing as Monona Grove has 31 sacks this year. And the receiver was wide open. It was just overthrown.
They're running, though, to that side of the field where Zach Stinson patrols. That's going to be hard to get away from him repeatedly tonight.
Yeah, but if you can get him to go inside and get your quarterback outside of him, he's got some green space in front of him then.
All right,
See what they do on 3rd and long
hit out wide
See.
this side. Cleveland to the far side. That's Gregory in motion. Johnson throws it. Complete. 1st down. That's 82, Cason Cleveland. The ball down to the 43-yard line, a 1st down for the Tide. So Edgerton with 2 passes on their first drive. I have to admit I'm a little surprised.
Well, and he got plenty of time to throw the ball, and his receiver was wide open. I think his initial target was Lucas Gregory coming out of the backfield, but when he saw Cleveland wide open downfield, he went there and got the first.
This is Gregory in motion again. The handoff to Williams. Williams into the line, has some running room in the secondary. Down inside the 20, 15, 10, 5, and pushed out of bounds. No, touchdown. Wow. That was fast. Looked like he was tackled when he first got in by the linebackers, right about there, and then he broke it loose.
He
Nice
slipped that tackle, and he's got good speed. There's nobody catching him.
So what was that, 43 yards?
I think if you could throw a red flag there and ask to take another look at that, I think he run out of bounds at the 1. But a 43-yard touchdown run is what it scored.
Cesar Gonzalez to attempt the extra point.
All right, coming down here, it looks like he might have his knee down right there before he hit the pylon. But we don't have that here in the Badger Conference, so we will just call that a touchdown and a tie game.
All right, Gonzalez ties it up with the extra point.
Well, that's what I was worried about coming into this game. Could they keep Williams somehow in the middle of the field and keep from breaking the long touchdown run? So far, that's no.
So the teams trade big touchdowns, and it's tied at 7 with 7:28 to play in the first quarter.
Well, I guess before we get too far into the game, we need to say a big thank you to Chris Toll and Darlene Dow Brown, Tommy's mother. They stopped up here. We made mention a few weeks ago of losing our got to be our most loyal fan, Miss Catherine Dow. She passed away a few weeks ago. We were very honored to have her watching us and actually enjoying our telecast. Like I said earlier, Steve, whenever we thought there was nobody watching, at least we knew one person was, and that was Catherine Dow.
It's flattering to know anybody watches us, and it was even more fun having gone to school with her kids and knowing she was out there.
So thanks to Chris and Darlene, they dropped off a little token of appreciation up here, which was completely and totally unnecessary.
I agree.
It was enough just being able to make her mother laugh.
Gregory's kick caught by Blang at the 15. Brady crossed the 25, 30, little running room, 35, and brought down at the 36-yard line. Nice field position for the Silver Eagles' second possession of the night.
Pretty nice return by Blang. Looked like they were trying to knock the ball out as they were bringing him down. Managed to keep a hold of it, and it'll be first down Monona.
Yeah, Brady made a nice cut inside there. Now his older brother Tyler will bring the play into the huddle.
Let's see what Monona Grove does. If I'm Monona Grove, I go right back to the ground game.
I would agree. That would make sense. It's what's worked for them all year.
Edgerton has a lot of two-way players, too, especially across the line. If you can work them on the defensive line, they're going to be that much more fatigued on the offensive side of the ball.
Blanks back to pass, rolling out now. Pressure, swings it out, looking for Powers, and off the hands of Trey. That was a tough one. He had to reach back over his head for that.
That was a pretty good pass, though. He was under pressure from the Oregon defense there. And
Edgerton's
defense. Edgerton, I'm sorry. I don't know how the heck I got Oregon out of that.
Well, how did we lose half a yard on that spot there?
I think we're all right.
We're off.
But anyway. Yeah, I mean, the pass got there. Trey unable to pull it in. Would have been a first down.
Instead, it's 2nd and 10 for the Silver Eagles. Blang out of the shotgun. Torrin Young behind him. Blang on the keeper, up through the middle. Gets his about a 5-yard pickup, maybe 6 yards before he's slung to the turf.
Torrin Young led him through the hole and broke to the right, and Blang broke to the left. I wonder if he could have kept behind Torrin there if he would have found some more running room.
5-yard pickup out to the 41-yard line, brings up 3rd and 5. All right, Offerdahl lined up behind Blang this time. Power's the only wide out. The handoff to Young. Has the running room, first down, now out of bounds near the 50-yard line. Nope, just inside. Just in bounds, but just over the 50-yard line. Torrin Young showing some nice speed getting outside there.
I like it too. He gets toward the sideline, and instead of taking it out of bounds, he lowers his shoulder and delivers the hit.
The ball at the 49-yard line of Edgerton. That's 78 for Edgerton's a big fella too. Who is that?
Colin
Beasley,
yeah.
6'3", 250. They got some nice size across the line, but not a lot of depth that has size. All right, 1st and 10 for the Silver Eagles. Blang at quarterback, Offerdahl behind him. Brady Blang and Torrin Young, the wingbacks.
Oh,
Yep,
Powers
and
left
Powers
early.
moved, yep.
Second penalty of the game on Monona Grove.
I suspect that was going to be a pass to him because it looked like Blang was dropping back.
Well, that'll back him up 5.
Put it back into MG territory. 6:05 to play in the first quarter. Tie game, 7-7. A couple powerful offenses tonight, but really one smoking hot defense. Comes into tonight's game. The Silver Eagles have had 3 shutouts this season. Do you know how many shutouts Edgerton's had, Bob?
Might be 0.
No, 1. Their opener against Watoma.
Yes,
Watoma Silver Oaks.
And now
And a
it's
timeout called by the Silver Eagles. What is Watoma's nickname? The Fighting Bees?
No, St. Ambrose Fighting Bees. No, I don't know what Watoma's nickname would be. Sure, it's impressive, whatever it is.
Sure it is.
Yeah.
The game on the other side of the bracket tonight is Pewaukee versus Catholic Memorial.
That's in Waukesha.
Yes, it is. Waukesha North.
Mm-hmm.
The host is Catholic Memorial. We will play, hopefully we will play the winner.
Yes.
Should Monona Grove win. The winner of this game, let's say that. We'll take on the winner of that game. And then I'm guessing playing either Lodi or Reedsburg after that. That ought to be a good matchup.
Yeah, Reedsburg, very powerful running game. A running game that mimics Monona's a lot in that they spread the ball around as far as carries go.
And Lodi's just been a powerhouse all season. The Blue Devils,
Yes,
I do remember them.
very good.
And the Lancaster Flying Arrows,
Remember
that's
there
one of
was
my favorites.
There was some hoo-ha about being called the Blue Devils out there. There
Satan worshipers.
There was a group of people who found that their logo on their gym floor or whatever it was objectionable.
All right, now the Silver Eagles will split out Riley and Powers to the far side. This is Blang in motion. Brady gets a fake. Now Tyler going deep over the middle. Torrin Young is wide open. Oh, and can't get it. They go for the deep strike to Torrin Young, and it was off his hands.
Well, I'd come back and do that play again at some point during the game because I'm sure that they won't defend it any better. But, yeah, that's a shame. Now, that's 2 passes that have hit receivers in the hands for long gains. That would have been a touchdown, and they've both been dropped.
Yeah, Torrin Young had several steps on the defense there.
Very frustrating for the quarterback.
So, 2nd and 15 for the Silver Eagles. Blang out of the shotgun, empty backfield. Now Young in motion. Blang rolling. On the comeback route, this is Jackson Riley, and Riley will have it about the 45-yard line of Milton. Bring up 3rd and 5.
That's actually Edgerton.
Edgerton. Did I say Milton?
Yes, you did.
I'm back playing last week's game over again.
All right, let's just kind of reset here and start getting the team right, okay?
All right, 3rd and 6 from the 45-yard line of Edgerton. The Tiders.
The Tiders, according to the logo on our pregame screen.
Roll Tide. Roll Tiders.
Yule Tiders.
3rd and 6, offered all behind Blang. Blang looking to throw. And was that Riley again?
Yeah, I think so. Riley becoming their possession receiver.
Yep, just enough for the first down. Riley had a couple catches like that last week against Milton.
Yeah, I think he caught 3 balls last week.
7-yard pickup on that one, down to the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Silver Eagles.
I think we compared that to Trey Dummer last year, who was an excellent possession receiver. He was their third down go-to guy. Anytime it was third down and 10 or less, they were going to be going to Trey Dummer.
All right, Blang out of the shotgun. He's got Young next to him. The pitch to Young. Torin, one guy to beat here. He gets around Gregory inside the 35 and pushed out of bounds near the 30-yard line.
Pretty darn nice move on Gregory out there. Gregory had him dead to rights, but a little stutter step by Torin Young freed him up to get outside.
Gregory, the second leading tackler for Edgerton.
9-yard gain by Young.
Young made him look bad there. 2nd and 1. Remember, Torin Young is just a sophomore, Bob. This is going to be fun to watch this guy.
He and Brady Blang, I mean, wow.
They're going to be a potent pair. All right, Brady's going to come out now, and Derek Zinger will come in.
And Monona Grove always seems to find a fullback. I can't remember the last time Monona did not have a yard-producing fullback.
Yeah, somebody who could just get those tough yards for you. And there he gets it right there, Brock Offerdahl. Offerdahl fighting down to the 25-yard line and the first down. Brock Offerdahl from that fullback position accelerates very quickly, and so it's hard to get him for a loss because he's into that line so fast. The ball to the 25-yard line of Edgerton. The Silver Eagles eating up some clock here. Just about 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Riley will split to the far side. Powers to the near side. Zinger and Young, the wingbacks. Offerdahl, the fullback. The handoff to Offerdahl again into the line in a push. Close to the 20-yard line. Let's see where forward progress is marked. To the 21, 4-yard pickup for Brock, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Offerdahl, the workhorse for Monona Grove the last 2 weeks, has carried the ball over 40 times in those 2 games and has rushed for close to 300 yards.
He's near 600 for the season, averaging just over 5 yards a carry, but he's got 11 touchdowns, tied for the team lead with Blang. Zinger in motion, and there's a flag.
More movement again.
So instead of 2nd and 6, it'll be 2nd and 11.
Third penalty of the game on Monona Grove. That's too many. And I think the coaching staff feels the same way because they are banging the countertop in the booth next to us here.
I've got the Silver Eagles down for 59 penalties coming into tonight's game. That's a bunch. So the ball back to the 26-yard line, 2nd and 11. This might be a nice time to go to that pass to Young again.
Well, we'll see. I don't know if you can dust it off that soon.
Nope, Blank drops the ball, picks it up, and he's snowed under. A little mishandled snap there, and Blank did his best to get the ball back and lost a few yards on it.
Yeah, well, the penalty and then a botched snap, yeah, that's going to set you back, and it's going to force a 3rd and long, and hopefully won't bring a halt to this drive. Right now, Monona clearly in 4-down territory. Be no reason to punt, and I don't think Drew Schukart's got quite the leg to get it there. Certainly not from this distance.
Just a light cross breeze tonight. I don't think it's going to have a real big effect, but I agree with you, Bob, that this was 4-down territory for the Silver Eagles. Now the O-line brings him up. Big 3rd and 13 play for the Silver Eagles. Zinger in motion. Blang to throw. Looking for Riley in the end zone. Knocked away, we got a flag. That's going to be pass interference.
And that'll be a first down. Nice pass, though. I mean, it was right there. It gave Riley a chance to catch the ball, and he's a big kid. If you can get the ball up in the air, he's going to win a lot of jump balls.
Jackson Riley, our backup quarterback, and also has played a little defensive line, listed at 6'5", 212 pounds.
And he may be the quarterback next year, too, Steve. He is a big boy. First penalty of the game on Edgerton, very costly on a 3rd and 13 play. Gives Monona an automatic first down.
And it'll give him great field position in the red zone.
Yeah, very painful penalty for Edgerton to take. Looks like it got him stopped for 4th and long, but instead Monona Grove with a first down into the red zone.
Down to the 13-yard line, 1st and 10. 2:09 to play in this first quarter, and the Silver Eagles threatening to take the lead back. Blaine calling the signals. Give us to Offerdahl. Offerdahl,
Big hole.
huge hole near the goal line, possibly a first down.
I'm actually surprised they got him before he got to the goal line. That was an enormous hole off the left side of the line.
See where the spot is here to the 1, so a 12-yard pickup for Brock. 1st and goal at the 1. Well, what's your call, Bob?
I'd give it to Offerdahl.
He's been
forward on
every play.
money in this position.
And he does get the call, and he's in for the touchdown. Offerdahl's 12th touchdown of the season.
Yeah, you just cannot go wrong with that play. The degree of difficulty is very small. The margin for error is also very, very small. There's just almost no downside to it. And with the blocking that Monona Grove provides on the offensive line, there's just no way you're not going to gain at least 1 yard.
Well, a couple high-powered offenses trading touchdowns here. The Silver Eagles on their second possession, scoring their second touchdown. Now Schukart with a chance to put them up by 14, or by 7, excuse me. And it's a 14-7 game.
Pretty good rush on the kicker that time. Monona Grove will need to tighten that up.
So after a couple of big scoring plays, one by each team, the Silver Eagles answer with a long drive here, capped off by Brock Offerdahl's 12th touchdown of the season, a 1-yard dive.
Well, as we expected, this looks like a very interesting game, and it could be a lot more high scoring than we expected as well.
Well, we'll see. I mean, Edgerton's only had the ball that one time and really only had one spectacular play. If the Silver Eagles can avoid that, I think we can turn this into a high-scoring game, into a one-sided game.
Well, it's true, and the only team that's really been able to avoid that was against Edgerton was Lodi, and they only kind of marginally did it. Lodi did put up 21 points in their loss. This might come down to Monona just having to score more points as opposed to keeping Edgerton off the board. But we'll see on this second series. We'll be able to tell a little bit more.
Well, Monona hasn't given up more than 20 points in a game, that against the Oregon Panthers. Of course, they did manage to score 49 in that game. Yeah, 49-20. All right, Schukart ready to kick off. Williams and some other feller back there. I think that's 21.
Yeah, Monona Grove's defense has only given up 35 points in the last 7 games.
Well, that's about 5 a game, Bob.
That's some fine cipher in there, Steve.
I know my gazintas. Schukart's kick. Taken by the other guy that's not Williams. And he's got some running room. He's got Schukart to beat, and Schukart drags him down at the 50.
Oh, good thing, because that's a touchdown if Schukart doesn't make that tackle. It was number 81, I believe, Steve.
Steven Gaussman.
Wow.
Nice return there. Boy, he split the MG coverage.
He sure did.
Schukart doing a good job getting a handful of jersey and not letting go. Kind of a bulldog tactic there.
Well, a short field for Edgerton. Monona Grove's defense. Let's see if they can step up, get the 3 and out, and get the ball back.
All right, Johnson, the quarterback, flanked by Ricky Williams. This is Gregory in motion. The handoff to Williams, trying to get outside. Hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss.
Let's see who got there first. Quam got the tackle. Let's see who got there first. I couldn't quite tell. It might have been Stinson.
He was running away from Stinson on that one.
Yeah, Stinson. Right there.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Stinson
slowed
played
him
this
down,
side of
and
the
Quam
line.
got the tackle.
Yep.
5-yard loss on the play. 2nd and 15.
Second time they've taken Williams down for a loss in this game.
Zach Quam, if he's not all conference this year, Bob, he will be next year. Just a junior.
He plays a whole lot bigger than his listed size, too.
Johnson, a little shovel pass to Gregory, and Gregory back to the 50, and that's it. 56, Jake Decora with the tackle.
Now that is a play you rarely see in the high school ranks, a shovel pass. There is a lot of potential problems with that.
Well, 3rd and 10 for the Tide. The ball just shy of the 50-yard line.
Jake Decora made the tackle on that play. I think we'll probably see Jake Decora getting some postseason honors this year as well.
I think about half this team is going to get postseason honors. You watch the all-conference list come out. Johnson chases now and throws it away.
Very smart
All
play.
sorts of pressure on him.
Very smart play by the quarterback. The blitz was on right away. Offerdahl came, Lippiot came. There was a lot of people in the back.
Guyette was in there. There's Guyette chasing him. Lippiot, and he just threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, that
brings up 4th down.
That's a heads-up play, though, by the quarterback Johnson for Edgerton.
Now the first punt of the night for either team. Lucas Gregory will drop back to kick it, and Brock Offerdahl will drop back for the Silver Eagles.
Offerdahl with only 1 return for 5 yards, according to Wisp Sports Net, anyway. And we saw that one. He caught it on the bounce.
Yes, he did. A low kick. It's going to roll. Offerdahl pick it up at the 12. Cuts it back to the 20-yard line and hit immediately by 84. Cesar Gonzalez.
Yeah, that was a solid meeting there by Cesar Gonzalez.
I like the name Cesar.
Cesar?
Yes, if I have another son, I'm going to name
Cesar
him
Tovar?
Yes, exactly. For the Minnesota Twins. Didn't he play for the Phillies, too?
The Rangers.
The Rangers.
Yep.
All right, the Silver Eagles 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. You glossed over that comment about me if I have another son, right? 6 seconds left in the
Cesar Martinelli, yeah, it does have a certain lilt to it, all right.
It does.
Yeah, a nice ring.
He needs a majestic middle name, though. We'll work on that one.
Tovar is pretty majestic.
Cesar
It means
Tovar
tower.
Martinelli. I didn't know that.
I like it.
Cesar Tovar Martinelli. Awesome. Playing calling the signals, last play of the quarter. Looking to throw. Oh, nice kick by Brady Blank. Brady
He wasn't able to bring it all the way in. It's an incomplete pass.
Boy, too bad.
It was. That was actually another pretty good throw by Blank. Tyler Blank.
Tyler Blank has struggled with his accuracy the last couple games, but he's been pretty much dead on tonight.
Yeah, he just couldn't bring it in.
All right, well, that'll end the first quarter. The Silver Eagles up 14-7. We'll march it back to the other end where they'll get the ball 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Well, Tyler Blank has thrown the ball pretty well tonight. He's not getting a whole lot of help from his receivers. We've seen 3 dropped passes tonight, Steve, and one of them would have gone for a touchdown, the other 2 for nice gains. Blank comes into the game with 8 touchdown passes. Got his 9th tonight.
Only 1 interception. That's a key statistic.
It really is. Oh, I'm sorry, he had 9 touchdown passes coming in. So he got his 10th one tonight, one interception. He's thrown for over 900 yards this year. And with that 56-yarder, we're going to be getting close to 1,000 before the end of this game.
That 56-yarder, the second longest of the season for the Silver Eagles, Blank threw a 58-yarder to Powers earlier this year.
But their passing is not their bread and butter. They did dust it off against Monroe and threw 20 passes that night, completed 15 for 199 yards.
All right, 2nd and 10 for the Silver Eagles. 12 minutes on the clock as we start the second quarter. Blank out of the shotgun. He's got Young and Riley split out wide this side. Powers to the far side. There's Young in motion. The fake to Young. Oh, he's got Powers wide open at the 30. Trey cuts up 35-40. Tries to cut back towards the middle of the field. Still on his feet, 45, and brought down at the 47-yard line. Nice, nifty running by Trey Powers. They had him wide open across the middle.
Oh, he sure was. Their receivers have been running wide open tonight. A 27-yard pickup on the play.
So clearly the coaches saw something on film that could be exploited, as this is far more passing than I would have been comfortable with.
I've really seen only one pass challenged so far this game by the defensive backfield of Edgerton, and that was just a little hook route run by Riley.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. The handoff to Offerdahl across the 50 and just into Edgerton territory.
Yeah, Offerdahl took a nice hit by Hackner there.
Hackner, their leading tackler.
First time we've called his name tonight. 113 tackles on the season for Hackner.
Now compare that to Brock Offerdahl, who's got only 100.
101.
101, counting tonight's tackle. All right. 2nd and 7. Blang on the keeper, 45, 40 in the first down, still on his feet, inside the 35-yard line. That has been very effective this season, about that fake to Offerdahl and then Blang on the keeper.
When we see it on the replay, watch Jaden Galt, number 77, the left tackle on this side. He's the one that sprung him, went through his guy. Hopefully we'll see it. Oh, he's already on the ground, but he's the one that took care of the linebacker on that side and freed up Blang for the 15-yard pickup.
1st and 10, just inside the 35-yard line of Edgerton. Silver Eagles marching once again. This is a team that's shown they can score quickly, but they can also put together some nice clock-eating drives.
Indeed. That game against Mount Horeb, they just owned the clock.
Offerdahl again into the line. Might have gotten a yard out of that one.
It's all right. You keep running that play. It really puts a lot of pressure on the interior of the defensive line.
That one to the 34-yard line of Edgerton. 2nd and 9. Tonight's game, probably our last broadcast of the season, so I have to give a big shout out to our crew. These kids are all volunteers to come and work these games. That's Young in motion, the handoff. No, the keeper by Blang. 30, 25, pushed out of bounds. That has been pretty effective when you mix that up with Offerdahl diving up the middle.
Well, Monona Grove's running game, this is why I figured the wet field wouldn't bother them too much. It relies mostly on misdirection.
The ball at the 26, 3rd and 2. Silver Eagles with a lot of offensive weapons. I don't envy the defensive coordinator for Edgerton trying to figure out how to stop teams, especially in a situation like this. Brady Blang in motion. Tyler on the keeper. Has the first down. And out of bounds. No, brought down before he went out of bounds. Should be enough for the first down.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Didn't make it by a lot, but he made it by enough.
The ball to the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 MG. 9:41 to play in the first half. Blang will bring him up to the line. That's Offerdahl behind him. Brady Blang and Torrin Young, the wingbacks. This is Young in motion. Offerdahl, the handoff this time. And he got to the 20 and not much more. About a 3-yard pickup.
That was Hackner again on the tackle. We're starting to see him get more active, especially in the middle of the field.
Ball right on the 20-yard line. 2nd and 7 for Monona Grove.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
All right, Powers will split out wide to the far side, Riley to the near side. Offerdahl the carry again into the line and maybe got a couple more.
Yeah, contact made almost immediately at the line of scrimmage.
Right into that big defensive line. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 from the 23-yard line.
Let's see if they run that quarterback keeper here again. Once again, 4-down territory. Monona Grove will not be trying a field goal from this distance.
Well, let's hope it doesn't get to 4th down. Blang under center. Looking to pass. Chase this time now, and he'll be tackled. Sacked.
And now they might have to think about punting, although they're only at the 29-yard line. Wow.
Hackner with the sack.
Yeah, he came right through there. It was Sackner on that one.
Sackner, that's good. He only had 1 sack coming into tonight's game. He picked the right time for a second one there, so the ball at the 29-yard line. MG will, with their first 4th down of the night, it's 4th and 16. Tyler Blang lead him out.
Lost of 11 yards on that play.
Yeah, Hackner came in from Blang's blind side. Not much Tyler could do.
Virtually untouched, just shot a gap.
Now Powers and Raleigh split out wide to this side. Blang looking to throw again. He's got Young wide open. Touchdown, Torrin Young.
Oh, that's Brady Blang.
Brady Blang, I'm sorry.
Wide open.
29-yard pass.
Those pass plays. Now that's that pass play that we used to see with Evan Oldenburg. That's the very same one that busted open a lot when Oldenburg was running it, and Brady Blang shows he can do the same thing.
Let's see, that is Brady's, let me find it here, I'm sorry. Second touchdown reception. That's right, he had one last week, a 3-yard catch against Milton.
4 on the ground to go with those touchdown receptions.
And Schuchert's extra point attempt. Up. And that makes it a 21-7 Monona Grove.
Wow, that is just a killer for Edgerton to have 4th down and what was it, 16?
4th and 16.
4th and 16, and to let a receiver just go wide open down the middle of the field. The coaching staff's just got to be hating that. It's like somebody just didn't know whose man that was.
Well, as a team, Edgerton has given up over 1,200 yards of passing now.
Right, they're averaging 122 yards a game, I believe it is.
But I think a lot of that would have come in
garbage
second
time,
half.
right.
Second half, trying to catch up against them. But Silver Eagles having pretty good success, and I have to give Tyler Blang a lot of credit. He's been on target tonight.
Yes, he has. He's been throwing a good ball tonight. Brady Blang was essentially the only man downfield on that for Monona Grove. The other receivers were running short routes. Blang still split their seam. There was 3 red shirts there, but none of them were close enough to stop that pass.
All right, Gaussman and Ricky Williams deep for the Tide.
Is this the first game of the year that Blang's thrown 2 touchdown passes in a game?
That can't be right. Let me look.
Might be one other.
All right, you watch the kickoff.
I'll watch the kickoff. You look that up.
Blang had 3 against Oregon.
Okay, there you go.
Other than that, this is his second best game of the season. He hasn't thrown more than 1 in any other game. All right, Schuchert's kick. Be taken by Gaussman at the 12.
It's a hole this side if he can get there.
He does get there. He's got some running room. He's got Schuchert to beat again. Schuchert gets a handful and drags him down again. This time in the Monona Grove territory, but Schuchert with 2 touchdown-saving tackles.
Just a huge hole, and Monona Grove needs to consider kicking the ball on the ground from this point forward. They've had 3 kickoffs, and all of them have been returned for good yardage.
Gaussman's returned 4 kicks coming into tonight's game, but is only averaging 13 yards a return.
Well, that averages up tonight.
Yeah, a couple of 40-yard returns.
He doesn't look super fast out there, but it hasn't needed to be because he's had just huge holes to run through.
All right, so Edgerton with the short field again. The ball at the 44-yard line of Monona Grove, 1st and 10. 6:52 to play in the first half, and they trail MG 21-7. Out of the shotgun, this is Gregory. He's going to hand off to Williams. Williams got 2 or 3 on that one before he's pushed back. Lippiot in on the tackle. 52, Sean McCoskey. 3-yard pickup for Williams on that carry. 2nd and 7 now.
All right, it's about keeping them off the scoreboard, boys. It doesn't matter how many yards you give up, as long as they're not putting it in the end zone.
All right, Brooks Johnson back at quarterback. It's Gregory in motion. The handoff to Williams again. Williams to the 40, fighting his way for a couple more. He's going to be short of the first down and thrown back as Lippiot and McCoskey again.
Yep. So Edgerton getting a little push from their offensive line, but Monona Grove doing a nice job of bunching up in the hole.
Ball to the 37-yard line, 3rd and 3 now. Lippiot, one of those all-conference performers, I would guess. Big third down play. Lucas Gregory in motion. The handoff to Williams again. Williams has the first down, has some running room, trying to beat a couple of receivers or defensive backs, and he goes in for the touchdown. 37-yard run, the second touchdown of the night for Ricky Williams.
Well, we are seeing why Ricky Williams is leading the state in rushing. I'll tell you that. He is very elusive, even in the interior of the line. I really expected to see some more outside game from him, but he hasn't needed to.
So, a 43-yard run earlier, now has a 37-yarder.
Not the greatest tackling in the world there by Monona Grove. They had chances to take him down. He just ran right through the arm tackles.
Gonzalez attempting the extra point. Flags all over.
Looks like that'll probably go against Edgerton.
Yes, it will. So Gonzalez will have to kick it a little further. Gonzalez coming into tonight, 49 out of 51 kicking extra points. Made 2 field goals. So they'll march it back 5 yards and try this again. Brooks Johnson, the holder. So, Gonzalez kick, cuts into the MG lead. It's a 21-14 lead for the Silver Eagles. 5:16 to play in the first half.
Edgerton staying right with Monona Grove. The difference is a 3-and-out. And 1 3-and-out so far by the Monona Grove defense.
Yeah,
And that was the difference in the game. Otherwise, there's just been scoring on every possession by both teams.
On that 3-and-out, that was a possession that started on the 50-yard line after a nice kick return, and Silver Eagles actually pushed Edgerton backwards and then forced him to punt. Well, Silver Eagles will trot back out onto the field. I would speculate they've controlled the ball the majority of the first half here. It would be nice to see them eat up about 5 minutes here on this next drive. Take that lead into the locker room. All right, deep for the Silver Eagles, Brady Blank, Torrin Young, and Trey Powers. A dangerous threesome. Lucas Gregory teeing it up for the Tide. Puts the left foot into it, and Blang will take it just inside the 20. Trying to get the corner. It's across the 25.
Hit really hard there. Number 84 on that tackle, Cesar Gonzalez, the kicker.
Blang, not the biggest guy on the field.
No. Just a big enough target for Gonzalez to flatten him.
Brady Blang listed at 5'10", 163. He towers over Ricky Williams. All right, the ball at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Silver Eagles.
Tovar's over Ricky Williams.
Tovars. You like that Cesar Tovar reference, huh?
Well, everybody likes Cesar Tovar.
Who didn't?
No kidding.
Guy could play any position, you know.
I know. Ain't that the truth?
All right, Blang will bring him up to the line.
More
Powers
positions than
split
Lenny
up.
Randall, I can tell you.
The far side, Blang straight back, looking for Powers over the middle.
Wide open.
Trey makes the catch and down inside Edgerton territory.
Yeah, that
wasn't Trey, that was Torrin Young. That was that play we saw before.
right. That ball needed about 5 more feet of air under it, because if Torrin could have caught that in stride, he would have scored.
Oh yeah, he had to reach back for that one. Instead, it'll be MG ball at the 39-yard line.
What yard line they start that one at?
The 25, Bob.
Thank you so much.
So it's
41-yard gain. 41-yard gain.
Nice. All right,
Torrin Young.
now Blang out of the shotgun, has Young behind him. Young with the carry, big hole. Torrin Young can't take advantage of it.
And here comes the holding ball. I don't know who it's going to go against. That was a huge hole.
Yeah, Young got into the secondary and got tackled immediately, but that hole the line opened up was enormous.
Yeah, I'm not really sure who they called that on. It might have gone against Galt, or it might have gone against number 66, Nick Meyer.
It is a hole. It's going to come back.
That's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
So it's going to bring it back about at the 47-yard line, 46-yard line. So call it 1st and 17. That was an enormous hole, though. They've
Just
opened up
huge.
some big holes. That's like that one for Offerdahl. And that one inside the red zone at the other end of the field here.
Exactly.
That was huge. All right, no problem. Both wideouts split to the far side. Young in motion, and a flag here. I think this is going to go against the Silver Eagles.
If it is, if it's another false start, that's 3 on Monona Grove tonight, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Now timeout Edgerton. That's much better. Well, at halftime, Bob and I will be enjoying our home field cookies.
Yes,
Baked by
indeed.
Dave Kersner.
Thank you, David. As always, we appreciate it.
Dave bakes 77 dozen cookies for the football team every home game.
He does indeed.
He bakes them for the away games, too. I've been sitting in the stands at the away game and had him walk up and hand me a baggie.
Is that right?
And since I go there with my gluten-free wife, I get to eat them all.
Nice.
I think I just saw Sawyer Livesey join the huddle down here, Bob, during this timeout.
Well, this might be a good spot to run his play around end.
He's only carried the ball 4 times this season, but for
For
buku yards.
Yeah, including tonight's carry, that would be 133 yards on 4 carries. That's a pretty reasonable average.
All right, Sawyer is out there. He will line up as a wing on the far side. Blang under center. Watch for him coming around this way. There he is on that jet sweep.
Yep.
Cuts it back inside the 40, 35, and forced out of bounds near the 30-yard line and a late
And we're gonna
flag.
get I think we're going to get a face mask maybe on this call.
Livesey just
Had
flies.
15 big ones to the run. That's a nice looking play. The blocking on that play I love. They pull the guard from the opposite side.
Nice kick-out block.
Legal block against Monona.
Illegal block.
Well, there was no block down there where they threw the flag. It was just a tackle.
They threw the flag inside the 30-yard line. There's no one
they
there.
threw it at Livesey and the man that tackled him. So I'm not sure where that call came from. That'll be a spot foul as well, but that'll back him up again.
Legal block in the back against Monona Grove.
I don't know. I didn't see
I
it.
didn't see it either. I have no idea what they were throwing the flag at on that one.
All right. Going to mark it back, and it's going to bring up 1st and 11.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. The ball be placed on the 40-yard line.
Livesey gets credit for a 6-yard run on that.
1st and 12.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
They did have the spot wrong, but it was in our advantage, to our advantage.
Yeah, and it's too bad because that block was unnecessary. Livesey had already passed that spot in the field.
Okay, Livesey's still on the field, splitting out wide to the far side with Powers. Riley split out wide this way. Empty backfield except for Tyler Blang. This is Young in motion. Fake the handoff to Young. Going straight down the
Wide
middle.
open.
This is Offerdahl to the 15.
Wow. Everybody in on that act tonight receiving the ball. Offerdahl, how many catches did he have coming into the game? Steve?
Offerdahl.
One?
I have to look. I don't know if I remember Brock catching one. No, Brock with 1 catch for 13 yards.
Well, now
He's
2.
doubled his output. The ball to the 16-yard line of Edgerton. The Silver Eagles threatening once again. Now Livesey will come out and Brady Blang will come back in.
Boy, that passing game is just running wide open tonight. Just one receiver after another breaking into the clear. And Tyler's throwing a good ball, but boy, he doesn't have to be on the money tonight. His receivers are wide open.
Tyler on the keeper trying to cut it back inside. Gets to the 14-yard line. About a 2-yard pickup. 2nd and 8.
Well, this is the most productive we've seen the passing game this year, I think, Steve. You were at the Monroe game where Tyler threw for almost 200 yards, but I'm sure he's getting close to that tonight. A lot, long completions tonight.
I would agree. Well, 3:15 left in the first half, a 21-14 lead, and the Silver Eagles threatening to add to that.
I have Blang for 193 yards passing already.
Hand off to
tonight.
Offerdahl. And he fights his way maybe to the 11. It's going to bring up 3rd 3rd and about 5.
Avery stops Offerdahl on the 12-yard line.
All right.
Once again, Monona in 4-down territory for my money anyway, although this is in Schuckart's range. So if they don't get anything here, a field goal by Schuchart would not be a bad idea.
Well, slight breeze in their face. The handoff, no. Blang on the keeper and hit at the line, didn't gain anything. So
Yeah.
that'll bring up 4th down.
Now they need to think about bringing Schuchart out to try a field goal. If they would have gained a few yards on that, they could have supported going for this, but
Yeah, I think they are going to go for it nonetheless, Bob.
that surprises me. Drew Schuchart has had his problems kicking field goals this year, 1 for 6.
4th and 5 from the 11-yard line. This would be a huge stop for Edgerton. Be a huge play for the Silver Eagles. Young behind quarterback Blang. Blang looking to throw. Pressure coming. Swings
Gotta
it
get
out.
outfield, though.
Brady Blang.
I don't know that he got there.
I think he might be just short.
He is shy.
Pass is complete to Brady Blank.
And they're going to turn it over on downs. The Silver Eagles unsuccessful for the first time tonight. 1st and 10 Edgerton. The ball at the 9-yard line.
Only a 2-yard pickup on the play. That's one of those. This is one of these plays, and in high school, it's easy for the receivers to miss it, but you have to go for the sticks. You got to know where you are in the field, and you have to run your pattern so that you're going to get a first down. Blang ran his short, only a 2-yard gain.
And he was right in front of the sticks. You know, he had no excuse. He should have been able to see. Now Johnson with a long field. Handoff to Williams, and Williams across the 10 and gets a couple more.
Up the middle for about 4 yards.
About a 4-yard pickup for Williams. 2nd and 6 now. Edgerton with a minute 20-some to play here in the first half. Be interesting to see if they try and air one out at all. They haven't really gone downfield too much with their passing tonight.
Well, they still have 2 timeouts, too, so I'm surprised they're keeping them in their pocket, but I guess they still got plenty of time to see what they do. I'd continue to run the ball to Williams. And see
They
what
give
he
it
can
to
do.
Williams again, and he's hit. He's going to be short of the first down. It'll bring up 3rd and short.
Brock Offerdahl on the tackle.
Picked up 3 on that one. 3rd and 3. Yeah, we've seen Williams show the elusiveness and speed to break away and gain a lot of yards.
Boy, that's for sure. And once he gets in the clear, he is fast enough to leave everybody in his wake.
All right. 3rd and 3 from the 16-yard line. Johnson on the keeper, and I think he's going to be short, and that'll bring up 4th down. They may as well go for it. I'm surprised they haven't called any timeouts here,
Well,
Bob.
somebody's calling it. Monona's going to call a timeout.
Yep.
So they're going to force them to punt the ball.
21 seconds left, you bet.
It's a good idea by Coach Stassi to keep that one in his pocket just in case they didn't make that 3rd down play. Boy, if they would have handed that off to Williams coming across in front of the quarterback there, I think he could have gone a long way. There
He
was
was
a
in
lot
full
of
stride.
open space in front of him.
He was at full stride. He had some running room there, but instead it's going to be 4th and 1.
Well,
1-14, the Silver Eagles lead moments before halftime.
Edgerton would be absolutely insane to go for it here. They should be punting the ball.
And if I were the Silver Eagles, I'd put all 11 up on the line and not even try to touch it once that punt got off.
Well, you'd keep one guy back just in case you got to play for the fake.
Well,
But,
true, but I mean, I wouldn't put somebody deep to return it.
No.
I wouldn't risk a
No,
fumble.
I would try to run a block on this one if I could.
All right, but they're not listening to us. They're going to send Offerdahl deep.
Well, I think, like I said, you have to put one guy back, and there's probably no better tackler on the team than Brock Offerdahl. So he's a pretty good decision back there. Pretty good player to pick.
All right, Gregory to kick it inside his own 10-yard line. Offerdahl drops back to the MG 40.
No block.
It's a kick, and Offerdahl will let it go out of bounds. Silver Eagles will actually have decent field position with 14 seconds left.
They got and a timeout, so they got enough time to run a couple of pass plays. Yeah, not a great punt. Let's see where they mark it. Yeah, inside the 45-yard line of Edgerton.
Yeah, call it the 42.
Yeah, it was a wrong time for Edgerton to get off a bad punt, but fortunately there's only 14 ticks left on the clock before halftime, so Monona's going to have to make it happen in a hurry. They could run that pass play to Torrin Young. That's busted wide open twice.
And they could run a pass play to just about anybody tonight, it seems like. We've seen, what, 5 different receivers?
Yes, that's true. They've done a nice job of spreading the ball around. Three players with 2 catches and 2 players with 1 each.
Okay, Livesey in the lineup, split out wide to this side.
Yeah, it's going
I
for
suspect
speed
they're
here.
going to throw it. Blang rolling this way. He's got Livesey open. Throws it through his hands.
Yeah, that would have been bad news to see a pick there, too.
Only took 4 seconds. Brings up 2nd and 10 with 10 seconds remaining.
Kind of interesting call on that one. Didn't go deep, just ran some players about 15, 20 yards downfield. If they could have got out of bounds, that would certainly
Yeah,
have
I
made
was
it more
gonna say,
manageable last heave into the end zone.
He
That's
was
for
heading
sure.
towards the sideline, so had Livesey caught that and gotten out of bounds, they would have had at least one more shot at the end zone.
See how Edgerton plays their linebackers in this situation. I would think they'd be pushing them quite a ways off the line.
Yeah, they're all a good 5 yards back.
Yeah, Hackner about the only one really playing close.
Pass this time picked off by Gregory.
Intercepted.
Gregory with the 2nd interception of the season against Blang.
Yeah, I don't know where Blang, where he's looking on there. I mean, the only shirt in the neighborhood looked like Gregory's right there. I mean, he's
Yeah.
the only one there.
He had a receiver deeper than that, and Riley more towards the middle, but instead,
Yeah, I
an out
thought.
of bounds pass, it'll be Edgerton ball, and they'll just kneel down with 4 seconds
Yeah,
left.
I thought maybe he was just throwing it out of bounds there, but he didn't get it there if he was.
All right, so the teams will go to the locker room with the MG Silver Eagles leading the Edgerton Crimson Tide 21-14. I'll be back with Bob for the second half of football. Stick around. This is going to be fun. Welcome back to Monona Grove High School. The Silver Eagles lead the Edgerton Crimson Tide 21-14 at halftime. I'm Steve Martinelli alongside Bob Schmuck. And Bob, it's been a track meet of sorts here in the first half.
Yeah, pretty much just big plays that have scored the touchdowns tonight. Edgerton with 2 long runs by their all-state running back, Ricky Williams. Monona with a short touchdown run and then 2 long pass plays for touchdowns. One to Brady Blang and 1 to Trey Powers.
Well, the Silver Eagles scoring on 3 of their 4 possessions tonight. Not counting that last one at the tail end.
No.
But overall, the MG offenses look pretty good. It's stopping Williams. It's been the big deal. He's got touchdown runs of 43 and 37 yards. You take that away, and their offense really hasn't produced anything tonight.
And we were looking at this over the course of halftime. They've only actually run 16 offensive plays. 16 offensive plays in the first half, yet they've scored 2 touchdowns and only trailed the Silver Eagles by 7 points.
Well, and Edgerton will have the ball to start the second half on a somewhat moist track out there, but it doesn't seem to be making much of a difference so far. I haven't seen anybody slip on cuts or anything.
No, you're right.
One of the keys in the first half is the Silver Eagles committing penalties.
Yeah, Silver Eagles with 4 penalties. Fortunately, none of them killer. The only real killer penalty of the first half was on Edgerton, a pass interference penalty that led to Monona Grove's second touchdown.
That's
or
right.
Third touchdown?
Second touchdown.
Offered all, right?
Yeah, because they marched it down to about the 13. Offerdahl had a 12-yard run through a huge hole to the 1 and then punched it in on the next play. Trey Powers opening the scoring for the Silver Eagles tonight with a 56-yard pass play. Pass from Tyler Blank to start the Silver Eagles on their first possession. Edgerton came back, and Williams scored on a 43-yard run to tie it up. Then the Silver Eagles on their next possession marched all the way down the field after said pass interference call and scored to go up 14-7. Then the Silver Eagles, after a great kick return by the Tide, the Silver Eagles held them to a 3-and-out, got the ball back on the punt, and worked it down the field. And Brady Blank scoring on a 29-yard pass from his older brother Tyler. And then 5 minutes and 16 seconds before the half, Williams again, 37 yards he went for the touchdown. Williams close to 100 yards on the night.
Yeah, 97 yards on 10 carries tonight, which is right in line with his season-long average of 9.7 yards a carry.
Now, Tyler Blank's completed passes to 5 different receivers tonight. Bob, how many yards did you say he had?
He has 195 yards passing. 199 is his best mark of the season, so I would expect him to get beyond that.
How many passes has he thrown?
He's 7 for 12 tonight. 2 touchdowns, 1 pick.
That's not bad. He's, of those 5 incompletions, I think he's really only thrown 1 or 2 bad balls.
Yeah, he had 3 just flat-out drops. So he could easily be 10 for 12 here, and they would have had at least 1 more touchdown because one of those drops was a touchdown pass. Let's not forget the one he threw to his brother, Brady Blank, happened on 4th and 16. Yeah. I'm not sure how, and Brady Blank was wide open. I don't know how in the heck they lost him on a 4th and 16, but they did, thank goodness, and Monona owns the lead.
Yeah, the Edgerton pass coverage has been really weak, and they haven't done a great job stopping the MG run. The key to this second half, I think, is just going to be stopping Ricky Williams. He's proved to be the only one who can do some damage so far. I mean, out of the 16 plays we've seen him run.
That's right, and he's been part of 10 of them, and that's not unusual. He is the lion's share of the offense for Edgerton, and I can't say as I blame the Edgerton coaching staff for continuing to go to him. He has produced tonight 2 scores, and honestly, against a Monona Grove defense that is not used to giving up the big play.
No, let me look here and see what Monona has given up for rushing yardage in the season.
They're averaging about 92 yards rushing per game.
Yeah, and only twice have they given up more than 2 touchdowns. Or only twice. Milton scored 2 touchdowns on the ground against them, as Oregon scored 3. Other than that, they've given up only 2 other touchdowns the whole season till tonight. So MG's rushing defense has been one of their strong suits, and containing Ricky Williams has been a problem tonight. I'm also concerned by their kick returns. Zach Gaussman's had 2 40-yard returns getting the ball out near midfield. I hope that doesn't become an issue later on.
Well, I am hoping that Monona Grove does not make another kick into the air. Every one of them should be on the ground now, and if Gaussman or Williams is going to come up far enough to actually take it off the ground, great. That's just fine with me. That the chance of fumble by a player picking the ball up off the ground, especially a wet football, it's a lot higher than just catching it in the air.
And if they're trying to kick it away from Ricky Williams, this Gaussman isn't much of a slouch either. Those 2 nice returns have given them great field position. One time they capitalized, the other time they did not.
That second return by Gaussman, Steve, I think you could have returned it to the 50-yard line.
Oh, yeah, there was great blocking.
The hole opened up for him by his return buddies. There's just no way he wasn't going to get it back to the 50.
In a way, that was kind of a compliment, Bob. Thanks. You know I've got a gimpy leg. A gammy leg.
You probably get tired of hearing compliments from me. It probably gets pretty old for you.
Well, actually, no, it doesn't. I could listen to you compliment me all day long.
Yeah, maybe someday it'll happen.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
I'll be in some memory care center by then, and I'll be
He's
positive.
a nice boy.
I'll be positive that I'm complimenting someone else.
He's a nice boy. Come here. Who's a good boy?
All right, there's your nose. There's your nose.
I got your nose. Hey, look, a quarter in your ear. You're going to be one of those kind of old men, aren't you? All right, the Silver Eagles will kick off to start the second half. It appears they'll be going from left to right, which means not very little. There's not much of a wind. All right, Gaussman and Williams will drop back, and I agree with you, Bob. I would like to see a knuckleball into about the middle of the return team.
Yeah, there's just no reason to kick the ball in the air here. Taking too much of a chance. They can set up their return, and obviously setting up a decent kick return is not a foreign language to the Edgerton team because they've done it 3 times tonight.
They kick it into the middle. We could see Cesar Gonzalez get a chance to return one, Bob. All right. teed up for the Silver Eagles and Shukart ready to go. .45 degrees here at halftime. Pretty decent night, actually. Considering all the rain we've got, the field seems to be in good shape. Shukart ready to kick. And a little pop-up to Converse inside the 20. Converse looking for some running room. Gets across the 25 and stopped short of the 30-yard line.
Well, I'm really surprised Converse didn't get called off by Williams on that kickoff return.
Yeah, Williams would have been running forward had he caught that ball, and that's just what you want your kick returner to do, have that momentum.
Well, that's all right for Monona Grove that didn't happen, and see if they can get that 3 and out, get that ball back on offense.
1st and 10 for Edgerton from the 29-yard line. Johnson, the quarterback. Williams, the running back. Converse split out this side. Cleveland to the far side. They hand off to Williams. Williams to the 30 and not much more. I think
that was Dexter Guyette on the tackle,
yes,
spinning him to the ground.
2-yard pickup for Williams, 2nd and 8. See, if they can get on Williams right away, they can stop him for short yardage every time.
And they can't just, put the hit on him or something like that. They actually have to wrap him up. They can't let him run through arm tackles or just try to bring him down without using their arms.
Johnson calling the signals. Looking to throw it. Out to Gregory. Flag in the backfield. Gregory with the reception. Pushed.
Well, that usually means a hold in the backfield there, Steve. So let's see what the call is.
They do signal hold, so that'll march it back against the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, another big penalty for Edgerton.
Yeah, after the nice pickup, that was close to a 1st down gain for Lucas Gregory. Instead, it's going to put him into 2nd and long.
And if they mark it from the spot, which they're supposed to do, that's not only going to be a 10-yard penalty, it's going to be closer to a 13-yard penalty. So a big penalty and makes it 2nd and very long.
2nd and about 25, 24. Where are we? Okay, I was looking at the wrong guy. Still back to the 18. They got to get out, yeah. It's a 2nd and 21.
Well, if I'm Edgerton's coaching staff, I don't see any reason to do anything but hand the ball to Williams on this play and see if he can get back some of that 23 yards.
Yeah, it is 2nd down. Gregory in motion. He's going to roll out and throw it. Flip it back to Gregory. Gregory has some blockers out across the 30 and drops near the 35-yard line. So they got a huge chunk of that back.
Yeah, nicely set up screen pass to Gregory. A lot of blockers out in front of him. A nice gain on the play for Edgerton.
About a 16-yard pickup for Gregory on that one. The ball just short of the 34-yard line. Jake Decora credited with the tackle. Brings up 3rd and 5. So after 2nd and 21, a nice gain for the Tide puts them in a manageable position now. Gregory in motion again, looking to throw it out to him. Swings out the little swing pass.
Nice stiff arm there.
And Gregory brought down across the 40. That'll be a 1st down for Edgerton.
Well, that stiff arm on Quam got them the 1st down. There was no way he was getting there otherwise.
So Edgerton, back-to-back complete passes. The ball to the 41-yard line. 10 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. The opening 2nd half possession for the Crimson Tide. The give to Williams. Williams trying to get outside, cut down short of the line of scrimmage. They strung that one out, and Zinger making the tackle. Zinger offered all in on that one. Loss of a yard on the play brings up 2nd and 11.
Well, I'd put my focus on Ricky Williams the rest of the night here if I'm the Monona Grove defense and see if they can, force Edgerton to beat them without their star player. Make somebody else make the big play.
Williams again. Oh, Lippiot all over him that time. Another loss on the play.
Very good penetration there. That's Sean McCoskey as well. Let's see. Yeah, Sean McCoskey on that tackle. Number 52.
Lost 2 more yards. Watch right there.
Yeah, very good.
Second and
Penetration.
13. Or excuse me, third and 13. They've got to get just into Monona Grove territory to the MG 49-yard line. Call it 12 yards to go. Another big third down play for the Tide. Looking to throw again. Pressure coming.
Got Stinson up in the air, but Jake Decora is there to wrap him up.
And a loss of 3 on the play will bring up 4th down, and the Tide will have to punt. Bob, that was a huge possession for the Silver Eagle defense.
Yeah, they did a nice job there. After Edgerton took the penalty on that first series of downs.
Stinson and Decora, I believe, on that.
No, that was Jake Decora. Absolutely, yeah, he wrapped up on that. Yeah, after they took the holding penalty and were able to come back and get a first down, Monona Grove finally stiffened, and it's going to force the punt.
So Gregory will punt. Brock Offerdahl back about his own 26-yard line, waiting for this one. And he'll let this go. Wow. It'll go out of bounds. Another poor punt for the Tide. It'll give the Silver Eagles decent field position.
40-yard line, first and 10, Monona Grove.
Yeah, that's 2 consecutive short punts by Edgerton and gives Monona Grove a short field.
They take over on their own 40-yard line, first and 10.
Well, Monona Grove needs to go down the field and score a touchdown on this series, get up by 2, and kind of make their statement that you're going to be chasing us all night long.
Well, the defensive stop was pretty significant. Tide unable to come up on a couple of third down plays. Powers split out wide to this side, Riley to the far side. Offerdahl behind Blang. Offerdahl with the carry. Into the line, got a yard or 2.
Middle, stopped by James McGuire.
Give Brock a yard, 2 yards on the play, 2nd and 8.
Well, Brock not piling up the yards like we've seen the last couple of weeks, but he's moving forward on every play.
2nd and 8 for the Silver Eagles from the 42-yard line. Young with the handoff, trying to get the corner, cuts it back inside 45. Down to the 49-yard line and just shy of the first down.
49-yard line.
Torin Young showing good ability to cut it back on those sweeps. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1.
Yeah, got inside the block, which was smart. He paid attention to the way Blang was pushing his man. Blang wanted to get the guy sealed off to the inside, wasn't able to do it. Continued his block, pushing to the outside, and Torin Young cut back inside, saw that block, and instead of trying to get around the corner, he just cut it back up and gained 8 yards on the play.
Nick Tunn into the game at fullback. No, Offerdahl in there as well. Offerdahl with the carry this time, and he's going to be short of the first down.
Monona Grove ought to think about going for it here. It's 4th and very short. Offerdahl stuffed for no gain, though. They're going to have to get better blocking at the point of attack, especially on the right side of the line there.
4th and 1.
I believe the Silver Eagles are going to go for it, Bob.
Well, if you make it, looks really smart. If you don't make it, you got your backs to the wall.
All right, Offerdahl's easy to spot. He's the one with the dirtiest uniform. He lines up at fullback behind Blang.
Oh, they moved. Riley moved. Now they're going to have to punt.
Yep. Riley knew it too. So that'll march him back 5 yards.
Yep. Now they'll be punting.
Yep.
Coach Stassy very unhappy with that penalty, and that is the 3rd false start penalty for Monona tonight. One thing maybe that the average viewer might not realize is that all the players on the offensive side of the line know the count.
Really?
Know the count.
Is that information they share?
Going offside, leaving early is really not the smartest play.
All right, Young and Williams and Gaussman drop back to return the Blang punt.
Not a good
Blang,
punt
a
there.
low kick, If it stays in bounds, no, it doesn't. It'll roll out of bounds near the 20, though.
Yeah, turns
Not
out
bad.
okay.
21-yard line.
35-yard punt, a little bit longer than his average, about 31 yards punt this year for Tyler Blang.
So, both teams forced to punt here to start the second half. Edgerton will take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Well, I didn't see Monona Grove with a 3rd and 1 being turned back at that point on the field there, but they did stuff Offerdahl on the 3rd down dive play, and then the false start penalty set it back to 4th and 6, and they had to punt.
So, the Tide with their second possession of the second half. 5:09 to play in the third quarter. They trail the Silver Eagles by 7. The handoff to Gregory. Trying to get outside. Nothing. They strung that one out perfectly.
Stinson back there, I believe, on the tackle for a loss.
Big loss, actually. About a 5-yard loss.
I don't know if he got help on that play or not. There were other Monona Grove defenders back there.
Yeah, the ball back to the 15-yard line. A 6-yard loss.
Stinson made the solo tackle there. Cleaning up was Derek Zenger.
2nd and 16.
Wow, huge loss.
Remember, Gregory comes into the game averaging about
10
12
yards. 10 yards a carry, 10.1.
They look to throw, looking for Gregory. Nice catch by Gregory. Gets across the 20 and dragged down. It'll bring up 3rd and long.
That was a nice catch by Gregory. Tough over-the-shoulder catch, and Zach Quam kind of whiffed on the tackle. He ended up gaining a few yards on that play.
Gregory, a talented athlete, all conference last year at wide receiver, also their second leading tackler and their punter. Brings it out to the 21 where it's 3rd and 10. They have thrown the vast majority of their passes to Gregory tonight.
And he's got 4 receptions out of the 5. 5 for 7 tonight by Brooks Johnson. Kind of a quiet 5 for 7 tonight.
Timeout called by the Crimson Tide. Are there other types of tide that you've heard of, Bob? There's the green wave.
There's an ebb tide.
Ebb tide?
Ebb tide, EBB.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, ebb tide.
I meant in terms of team nicknames.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
No, we know about the green wave, don't we?
Yeah.
Crimson Tide, just the flat-out crimson.
I liked it better when Stanford was the Evergreens.
You don't like the Cardinal?
No, it's got to have an S on the end, like a band name. The Cardinals.
Now, how about a team like the Minutemen? Now, that's plural, but no S.
It's plural. I'll accept it.
You'll take that?
I'll take that.
Okay, the
I like
judges will
plural.
accept Minutemen.
Yes.
Even though it doesn't have an S at the end of the name. Do you like the green wave? That's not plural, but has no S.
Not really.
See, I kind of do. You know, Tulane doesn't got a whole lot going for it. The green wave, when you can get a nickname like that, and you don't have a lot otherwise, that's not bad.
How about Thundering Herd? That doesn't have an S.
Yeah, but it
herd
is a
implies
plural. It's a
right.
plural.
All right, 3rd and 10 for the Tide. We get a little sidetracked here. Converse in motion. Johnson rolling out. Throwing it way deep. Oh, and the defenders get turned around, the receiver gets turned around, and nobody can catch that.
No
We're looking for
flag.
Ben Hudrick.
The Edgerton bench is going crazy looking for an interference call. Let's see what we see on the replay.
I think
there,
Eisenberger
Steve.
was looking for the ball.
Ball was,
And he fell down.
Yeah, I didn't see any interference there.
No.
By either guy. It was just a slip by Eisenberger, and the pass went over the Edgerton player's head.
So the trade of punts continues as Edgerton will have to punt it on 4th and 10 from their own 21-yard line. Silver Eagles should gain something on this exchange. I would hope Offerdahl dropping back to the 43. He hasn't had a chance to return a punt yet tonight. Gregory will punt it for Edgerton. Silver Eagles alert against the fake. High snap, pulled down by Gregory. Gets the kick off a high kick.
They're going to throw a flag. Nope, they're going to wave it off.
And it's going to bounce, and it's going to be Silver Eagle ball in Milton or in Edgerton territory. So great field position.
The punter went down on the kick, but the official waved it off. Maybe he thought that the Monona Grove player was blocked into him.
In any case, Monona Grove with great field position here at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, obviously punting is not the strong suit of Edgerton. They probably just haven't had to do all that much of it this year. averaging 36 points a game. I suspect most of their offensive possessions end in scores.
Well, the Silver Eagles haven't punted all that much
No,
yet either.
well, they've scored 342 points this year, so no.
34 a game. All right, 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line of Edgerton. 3:34 to play in the third quarter. The handoff to Offerdahl. No, Blank is going to keep this one. Tripped up, stays on his feet inside the 45-yard line and out of bounds.
Yeah, Lucas Gregory missing on the tackle there. He had Tyler Blank for no gain. I suspect Gregory doesn't miss very often, but Gregory walking back to the defensive huddle looking just gassed. I wonder if that's a problem for most of the Edgerton players. I mentioned a little earlier in the telecast, Steve, that boy, a lot of these guys play both ways, and if you can keep them on the field defensively, they are not going to be able to perform as well offensively.
Blank picking up 5 yards after the missed tackle. It's 2nd and 5 for the Silver Eagles from the 42-yard line of the Tide. Blank calling the signals. This time he'll give it to Offerdahl, and Offerdahl bowls his way ahead and has a first down to the 35.
That was an awful nice push there by number 55, Jalen Thomas. Thomas leading Offerdahl right down the field for that big gain.
7-yard pickup and a first down for the Silver Eagles. That's got to be one of Offerdahl's longer carries.
Yeah, he's only had a 12-yard run tonight. That's his longest. Facing a better defense than they've seen the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, this Edgerton team is pretty good. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line of Edgerton. Offerdahl again inside the 30, 25, 20. Oh, dragged down at the 15-yard line. Boy, couldn't hit him by the ankle.
Yeah, I couldn't quite make the decision to go whether to go inside or outside. I ended up going right over the top of the last Edgerton player in front of between him and the goal line, and that player makes the tackle.
Nick Siebert, one of their captains, grabs him by the ankle and stops him short of the 15. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. The Silver Eagles threatening to go up by 2 scores. That would be huge. Riley split out to the far side, Powers to the near side. Zinger and Young, the running backs. This is Offerdahl again.
Wow, all of a sudden they're really making some hay in the middle of the line there.
I wonder if you're right that Edgerton's starting to get worn down. And
look at them. They're really just looking tired as they walk back to the defensive side of the ball.
12-yard pickup for Offerdahl on that one. It's 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
All of a sudden, Offerdahl on his way to his 3rd consecutive 100-yard night. Last week ran for over 100, as did Tyler Blank.
Blank will bring him up to the line. Offerdahl will line up right behind him at fullback. Those two have been a pretty potent combination the last few weeks. Zinger in motion. Blank with the keeper. Blank into the end zone. Tyler Blank's first score of the night. With 2:20 to play in the third quarter, the Silver Eagles up by 2 scores now.
That was pretty big, to get the defensive stop and then get back down the field, get up by 2 scores. And with only 2:20 left in the third quarter, Edgerton's got to start getting a little bit nervous. Fortunately for Edgerton, they have a guy in their backfield named Ricky Williams who can pop off a long run just about any time.
Kid has scored a bunch of touchdowns this year, and he may not be done. The snap, the hold, the kick is blocked.
Yeah, there was just no blocking on that side of the line. That the defender for Edgerton came in untouched and got the block. Didn't even have to lay out, came through standing up.
All right, but the Silver Eagles up by 13 now, 27-14. They credit Gregory with the block.
Yep, nice blocking on that side of the line by Jackson Riley and Jalen Thomas and Jaden Galt.
That side has opened up some huge holes tonight. Offerdahl had a big run through that side.
Well, I hope that blocked extra point doesn't come back to bite them. You don't like to give away free points. Yeah, that was Lucas Gregory that came through to make the block, and he just came through standing up.
Well, the low score for the season for Edgerton was 21 in their loss against Lodi. Right now they stand at 14, and probably one of the tougher defenses they've faced without exception.
Well, I think the coaching staff acknowledged that in the Edgerton paper a little bit earlier this last week. And in fact, the coach said we haven't faced a defense quite like Monona Groves yet this year, but he did have confidence that Edgerton would be able to score points.
Well, and we saw that Ricky Williams is busted loose for a couple. Let's hope we've shut him down now. Gaussman and Williams back deep, standing at the 10-yard line.
There you go.
There's that knuckleball. This is Converse diving across the 35-yard line, stopped by Livesey and 22, David Mans.
Well, pretty reasonable field position for Edgerton, but the chances of returning a squib kick like that for a touchdown are practically nil.
After those two long ones by Gaussman, I think that's the way to do it. Ball on the 36-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Tide. Well, this puts them into an interesting dilemma. They're not the greatest passing team.
Well, they haven't shown it yet, although they've had some open receivers tonight.
Now Gregory out of the Wildcat, right up the middle, cut down at the line of scrimmage.
Wow, the blitz was on, too. I mean, it was just... the student body was coming up the middle on that play.
I got to agree with what you said earlier, Bob. I think the Crimson Tide players are starting to wear down a little bit. A lot of these guys go both ways, and they're starting to show a little fatigue.
Oh, absolutely.
Whereas for Monona, about the only guy that regularly goes both ways is Brock Offerdahl, and I don't know where he gets all that energy. The kid just runs on high all the time. 2nd and 10 now. This is Gregory again. They're stringing the play out, flag down.
Usually that's a holding call right there, and if it is, it's probably on number 2, Converse.
He gained only a couple yards on the play, but this is going to go backwards against the Tide. Holding, it is.
Yeah, so you got to take this penalty and push him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the holding right there on McCoskey, and it was not on Converse. It was on number 70. Let me see what his name is.
One of the big fellers? James McGuire.
James McGuire, yes. 6'4", 255.
One of their captains. All right, so this is going to bring up 2nd and 20.
5th penalty of the night for Edgerton. They came in tonight with 61 penalties over the course of the season.
Well, that pushes them into the area where they're going to have to start throwing the ball pretty quick here, and throwing is not their strong suit. Not for a team that's rushed for 3,000 yards.
Well, they converted the last time they converted. They had 2nd and 23 and were able to convert. So
Gregory in motion. The handoff to Williams, and Williams cut down after a short gain.
Yeah, I'm not sure who got in there to trip him up. It's hard to tell.
Somebody named Brock, most likely. Let's see if we can catch it on the replay here.
Boy, he might have just tripped.
Yeah,
There just was nobody back there.
All right, no gain on the play, 3rd and 20. So with 40 seconds left in the half, or in the quarter, this is a huge, huge play for the Tide. The handoff to Williams into the line, and he gets maybe 4 yards. It's going to bring up 4th and 16. And this is bad news for the Crimson Tide, as they're going to have to punt yet again. They've been stymied every possession here in the second half.
Well, Gregory he's only carried the ball, let me look here, 5 times in the second half, and has only gained 3 yards.
Williams, you mean?
Yeah, Williams, I'm sorry, yeah.
3 yards is
3
all?
yards
5
and 5
carries?
carries here in the second half. So clearly they turned their attention
right.
to Ricky Williams at halftime.
So the third quarter ends. The Silver Eagles up 27-14. Well, Bob, I'm liking MG's chances at this point. A two-score lead, and we're going to get the ball back.
Yeah, if they can get the ball back, put one more score up, I think that'll probably finish off Edgerton. Edgerton, as you've noted, isn't a strong passing team, and down 3 scores with less than a quarter to play, it almost forces you to throw the ball.
The stat I like to measure is yards per attempt for a passing team. Edgerton averages 7.5 yards per attempt versus MG's what? I gotta look now. 8.1. So not a huge difference, but neither of these teams ones that can come from a big deficit. Silver Eagles putting 3 touchdowns up in the second quarter last week. Of course, that was helped in large part by 2 big fumbles deep in Milton territory.
Yeah,
That really turned the game around.
Monona Grove's made the most of the turnovers they've created this year. They score often off those.
Monona Grove without a takeaway tonight, though. We're not done. We still got 12 minutes to play here. But Gregory ready to kick it. Offered all ready to receive it. Gregory's not had a good night punting.
A little better?
Yeah, much better. Offered all signaling for the fair catch and has it at the 33-yard line of Monona Grove.
I wonder if he was under instructions to fair catch that ball, because he had some open field in front of him when he made the catch.
Yeah, I think he was raising his hand to signal it almost before the ball was kicked. All right, we're just underway here in the fourth quarter. A 27-14 Monona Grove lead. Silver Eagles with the ball on their own 33-yard line. Yeah, now this would be an ideal time to put a drive together. Even if they don't score, if they could eat up a bunch of this clock, that would really help their cause and push them into next week's level 3 game. Blang out of the shotgun. The give to Torin Young. Young hard into the line, about a 3-yard pickup.
2 yards.
Out to the 36-yard line.
Casey Hector on the stop.
Yeah, that play doesn't gain a lot of yards, but it really sucks the wind out of the guys in the defensive line.
Now they mark it back at the 35-yard line. 2nd and 8. Riley split out wide this way, powers to the far side. Tyler Blank cutting it back on his own across the 40. Still on his feet and pushed down near the 42-yard line to be just shy of the first down. Blank making a good decision to cut back on that one.
Wow, no kidding. And he just left number 18 for Edgerton, Bo Davis, just flat-footed out there with that move.
Bo Davis, one of their leading tacklers, didn't look very good on that one. Tyler Blank's made some good decisions running the ball tonight.
That's a big one. You know, 3rd and short like this, they got to knock off a first down here, because this is, if they don't make it, they have to punt. So they need to get this first down. I think Coach Stassi recognizes that, calls a timeout.
3rd and 2, the ball on the 41-yard line. Yeah, this is a real key possession here for the Silver Eagles. Whether they score or not, if they can eat some clock up here, that's really going to put Edgerton in a hole down by 2 scores.
They're down 2 scores, baby. That's the way it's going to stay.
I would like that. I'd like to see them go down 3 scores, but
Yeah, let's just call it a minimum of 2 scores.
so in the other game being played in this bracket tonight, Pewaukee against Catholic Memorial. Pewaukee advanced to that game by beating Elkhorn 20-6. Catholic Memorial beating New Berlin West 41-0. Catholic Memorial, the number 2 seed in this bracket. Silver Eagles number 1, of course. I'd be interested to see that other game, the Lodi Mount Horeb-Barneveld, too. Mount Horeb-Barneveld has the ability to score some points, and Lodi, a powerful team.
Yeah, from what I saw at the end of the year from Mount Horeb was quite lucky to get past Edgewood last week, to be honest with you. They scored on the last play of the first half. It was kind of a fluke, and that was enough to get them over the top.
On 3rd and 2, Blank pitching
wide
to
open.
Brady. Brady has the first down across the 50, some running room, 45-40, and down near the 35-yard line. On 3rd and 2, Brady Blank taking a pitch, a huge chunky yardage.
Yeah,
there.
Jaden Gall sealed off the inside there, and then he got good downfield blocking from Jackson Riley and Torin Young. Big gain.
Yeah, Riley with a nice block there, and the ball down to the 36-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Silver Eagles.
That was Brady Blank's first carry of the night, and a big one.
Yeah, he picked the right time to bust off a nice run like that. Puts the ball into Edgerton territory. Blank out of the shotgun. The give to Young again. Young up the middle, across the 30, still on his feet, and stumbles close to the 25-yard line, pounding the turf.
You gotta love the way that Torin Young protects that ball when he goes through the middle of the line.
11-yard pickup for the sophomore. Yeah, Young does a really nice job keeping that ball wrapped up. Boy, and he wanted that one.
Yeah, the Silver Eagles have only lost 5 fumbles this year. And considering how many times they've carried the ball as a team, let me look quick. That was
over
396 times they've carried the ball.
Before tonight.
5 fumbles is not much.
First and 10 from the 25-yard line. They give us to Young again. Young to the 20. Takes two guys to bring down this load.
Young looking absolutely fresh right now. He does not play on the defensive side of the ball, and previous to these last two carries, he only carried the ball 5 times and has caught 1 pass.
That's one of the advantages of having 3 guys like Offerdahl, Blang, and Young. You've always got a fresh ball carrier who can take it. You don't rely on somebody like Williams to carry it 24 times a game.
Torrin Young leads the team in carries this year with 118, but Brock Offerdahl came into the game just 6 behind him at 112. Tyler Blang with 108.
I love that balance. All right, 2nd and 5 from the 20-yard line. Blang on the keeper. Has some running room. Should get the first down.
By Galt there. We'll see that on the replay.
He flattened Bo Davis.
Yeah, he just kind of whipped him off. I mean, there was just nothing Bo Davis could do.
He's going to be a little short of the first down.
Let's see if we can see the block by Galt coming up here. Right there. I see ya.
Just threw Davis to the ground. All right, 3rd and 2 from the 17-yard line. 4 down territory here. All right, playing under center. Offerdahl the fullback. They give us to Offerdahl. Offerdahl pounds into the line inside the 10, the 5, and he's dragged down to the
long flag coming. It's probably going to be a holding penalty. They threw it at Jaden Galt. Let's see if we can see the play.
Darn it, that would have been 1st and goal.
Let's see who the call's on. I can't really tell.
Yeah, I couldn't see it. It was away from the ball.
I know that Galt was just kind of threw his head back when he saw the flag. So I don't know if they threw it on him or not. Jaden's a big enough guy. He really doesn't need to hold.
No, he shoves these little fellas around pretty easily. It's going to be fun to watch him next year. All right. That brings it back to the 21-yard line.
So instead of 3rd and 1, we got about 3rd and 6 or so.
Yeah, let's call it 3rd and 6. We got to make the 15.
I know the second holding penalty tonight on Monona Grove.
Far too many penalties of any type. Offerdahl lined up behind the quarterback, Blang. Blang looking to throw. He's got Riley open over the middle. Complete to Jackson. And Jackson is in for the touchdown. Wow. From 21 yards out, Jackson Riley with the score.
3rd touchdown pass of the night for Tyler Blang, and another 4th and long pass for a touchdown by Blang tonight. And that's just killer for the defense. I mean, you've got him backed up. You're about to make the stop, and somehow the wide receiver gets wide open in the back of the defense for the touchdown.
Schuchart's extra point, and it's a 34-14 lead.
And that one might finish off Edgerton. Edgerton, like I said, a running team, and they still do have Ricky Williams. I mean, he can score in a hurry. He's shown that twice tonight. But if you commit to the running game, it's going to take a lot of clock and a lot of luck
to
get back into it.
I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but it's going to be really hard now for Edgerton to come back down by 3 touchdowns, especially against this defense. It's hard against most defenses to score 3 touchdowns in 8 minutes and 40 seconds.
And if Monona Grove can feel reasonably confident on defense that they don't have to worry so much about Ricky Williams, then they can start bringing their linebackers and put the all-out rush on the quarterback. 31.5 sacks coming into the game from Monona. They've got 1 tonight.
Williams and Gaussman deep for the Tide. I would suspect they're not going to see the ball kicked that deep. Watch for Gonzalez or Hudrilic or Converse to get at the 3 up backs.
No, there's absolutely no reason to put this ball in the air. In fact, if you kick it hard and you kick it right at one of the up guys, you might get it to bounce off him and get a recovery.
There it is, right at one of the up guys, and he drops at the 48.
But he made the catch. It's a good play. Good play up there.
50, Jimmy Plotz.
A nice play up there by Monsieur Plotz. Herr Plotz.
1st and 10 from the 47-yard line of Edgerton.
Well, a short field keeps the running game in play here for Edgerton, a short field like this.
Still 8.5 minutes to play. They got to do something fast here. Gregory in motion. Right to Williams, the snap, and Williams gets across the 50, has a little running room.
Yep.
There he goes. Sawyer Livesey drags him down inside the 30.
Wow, he just kind of squirts through these tackles. He's a little guy, but very elusive. Big gain.
Big gain down to the 30-yard line. Call it 23 yards. That puts him well over 100 on the night.
123, in fact.
1st and 10 for the Tide. That was nice. He was lined up next to Brooks Johnson, the quarterback, took the snap directly and just took off right up the middle before cutting it out to the left side. 1st and 10. Johnson looking to throw. Looking for Williams and almost picked off.
Dangerous pass by Johnson there.
Martini almost getting
that ball could have been picked, and that would have iced it for Monona Grove. There's the replay here, and we'll see how close Martine was to getting that. It was right there, well covered there. Who was that on the coverage? Zach Quam
on Williams. Williams has only caught about 7 passes this season. 2nd and 10 now. 8:24 to play in the game, a 34-14 MG lead.
Johnson has misfired on his last 2.
Gonna try it again though. Over the middle to Converse, complete to the 15.
Nice catch by Converse. There was pretty good coverage there, and he was hit immediately, but he was able to come down with the ball.
Converse, a big target, 6'5", 190 pounds. Converse, an all-conference pitcher last spring, Bob.
How about that?
How do you like that? I can pull that one out late in the game.
Wow, that's great, Steve.
1st and 10 from the 15.
That's quality intel.
The snap directly to Williams again, and
nothing
going there.
Not this
he lost yardage.
They're ready for him on that one.
Boy, there were Silver Eagles all over him. Brock Lippiat in on that one.
Delta Airlines for supplying tonight's aerial footage of the fourth quarter. Thank you, Delta Airlines.
And they give him the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. Clock continues to run. We're under 7:45. This is the deepest Edgerton has driven all night, not counting those 2 long touchdown runs. Johnson looking to throw. Swings it out to Gregory, who's dropped at the 10-yard line by Livesey.
Just immediately on catching the ball.
That'll bring up 3rd and 5. All right, big play for the Tide. Johnson looking to throw again. Going for the end zone. Tipped. Touchdown.
Wow, nice pass, a little fade route there, and he put it right where he had to.
Converse with the 10-yard touchdown catch with 6:51 to play in the game.
Very nice looking pass there. He was pretty well covered by Livesey, but he just couldn't reach that thing.
Converse, we said, a big kid. And now Gonzalez will attempt to cut into that lead. A low kick, but it's good. 34-21. This is the most points given up by the Silver Eagles in a single game, surpassing the 20 given up to Oregon.
Edgerton not showing any quit, and there's still time for them. Interested to see if they'll try to kick the ball short here and come up with the recovery.
6:51 to play. There's lots that can happen yet. Silver Eagles can put this one away, though, if they can put a drive together and perhaps even score.
I like those kicks that you're seeing in the NFL nowadays. These they're not really officially onside kicks, but they kick them so hard into the turf that you get 1, maybe 2 short bounces, and then you get this huge high bounce, which usually gives the kicking team a chance to get down underneath it.
Yeah, that's got to be a real specialty now to kick a ball like that.
I don't know if you need to have a specific kind of, turf to be able to really do that successfully. But I've seen kickers do it at Lambeau Field, and they're grass, all grass field.
I think they tilt the ball. They skew it somewhat when they tee it up, and that has to have something to do with it. All right, Gregory will kick it off for the Silver Eagles. 9 guys up towards the front. I think that's just Powers and I can't
Here
see
comes
who
the
it
onside
is.
kick.
And that does appear to be recovered by the Silver Eagles. See who gets off the bottom of the pile
They
there.
had their hands team out there. They expected
Sawyer
it.
Lipsey with the recovery
recovery.
right at the 50. So the Silver Eagles with great field position here with 6:48 left. Yeah, Lipsey just dropped on it, just like you're supposed to do. Drop on the ball and get both hands on it. Well, the winner of this game will most likely go on the road and play at a neutral site next week. Hopefully it'll be the Silver Eagles. 1st and 10, Blang out of the shotgun. They give us to Torin Young. Young fighting his way across the 45. Boy, he pushes hard. He was in a crowd the whole time and gained 8 yards on that play.
Did you see him? He just kind of got up to the line and didn't rush it, just kept pushing forward and finally found that seam.
A lot of patience for a sophomore running back. And look at him. Just push, push, push.
Yeah, Jaden Galt kind of helping him along there.
7-yard pickup for Young. 2nd and 3 now. Clock continues to run. We're at 6:15 to play and a 2-touchdown lead for the Silver Eagles. Blang on the keeper. He cuts it in. Falls down about a yard short of the first down. 2 yards for Tyler on that one. It'll bring up 3rd and 1. Under 6 minutes to play. The clock really working against Edgerton now.
And these running plays, just keep it moving, keep it moving.
Yeah, actually it was better he didn't get the first down. It kept the clock going. If they can get this now, there's an extra play in there that clock ran for. Brady Blang taking the pitch. Cuts it up, but he's going to be short of the first down.
Yes, they are.
No gain on the play, 4th and 1.
Well,
Now an interesting point here, Bob. What would you do?
I would punt. This is a field position game right now. You can put that ball inside their 10-yard line. That's a long ways to go.
The clock running. We're almost down to 5 minutes here.
I don't know that I give a team with somebody like Ricky Williams in the backfield, somebody who can, as he showed us the last time they had the ball, squirt through any little opening and break off a big gain. But that's what they're going to do. They're going to look really good if they make this.
The MG coaches disagree with you, Bob. Give us to Offerdahl. No, Blang on the keeper. He has the first down. Still on his feet. Inside the 30, 25, 20, and out of bounds. All right, we look stupid.
No. It worked. I mean, they're going to look great if they make it. They're going to look bad if they don't. They made it.
What helps is they did that faked Offerdahl like everybody's been expecting all year on 4th and short. Instead, Blang keeps it, runs it down to the 21-yard line where it's 1st and 10.
20-yard pickup by Blang. His 13th carry of the night. It's the most carries he's had in a game in some time.
How many yards for Tyler?
73.
4:47 left in the game. The Silver Eagles threatening to score yet again.
Monona Grove starting to threaten 300 yards in rushing tonight.
Offerdahl on the carry. Might have gained a yard there.
Yeah, he was contacted there by number 78, what's his name, Colin Beasley?
And 52, Hackner.
Yeah, immediately. Give him a yard, a hard-earned yard.
Yep, the ball spotted on the 20-yard line, 2nd and 9.
That's all right, 1 yard, that's fine, as long as that clock keeps ticking.
That's right, we're down to 4:20 and counting.
Edgerton with only 2 timeouts left here in the game. It's hard to know when to use them. I'm guessing if they stop him here and go 3rd and long, they will use one of their timeouts.
The handoff, nope, Blang on the keeper.
A lot of room.
15, 10, 5, touchdown!
Yep.
Tyler Blang from 20 yards out, his 2nd running score of the night.
I thought maybe he might have stepped out there, but the official was staring right at the line and went ahead and
So Tyler Blank, 2 touchdown runs, 3 touchdown passes.
Very
tonight.
close to the sideline at the 10-yard line. Managed to stay in bounds. Touchdown, and that should finish off Edgerton and their season.
Yep, got to agree. With 3:59 left, there's no way they're coming back down by 3 scores.
No, they just don't have the quarterback with the arm to do it.
And that's a 41-21 MG lead. Oh, Bob, it's a nice night, isn't it?
Yep, nice to see Monona Grove come out here and put some points up. They had a little bit of a lull during the regular season with their offense. All of a sudden weren't really scoring a lot of points. Didn't need to, thank goodness. Defense playing very well. But these last 2 games, 42 last week against Milton, 41 so far tonight against Edgerton. It's not beyond the pale to think that Monona Grove might score again tonight. Edgerton is going to be forced to go to the air, and that's when mistakes are made, and those are the kind of mistakes that can be returned for touchdowns.
Yeah, you see somebody like Livesey pick one off, or Stinson get a hand on a ball. Stinson's tipped a number of passes this season.
Edgerton with a pretty good football team. My memories of Edgerton were, if they had 21 points, they scored about 18 of them in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Shukart ready to kick off for the Silver Eagles. And again, watch for another short kick, probably off one of those up linemen. There it is.
Oh, that's good. Monona's going to fall on that. That's Monona's ball. For some reason, the Edgerton player kind of stood and watched it bounce around instead of going for it.
Bob, there's your dagger.
Yeah, that's for sure.
There's your dagger.
Well, Monona Grove shouldn't need to throw another pass, that's for sure. But that'll finish off Edgerton. That's very disappointing. The Edgerton player over there, couldn't tell who that was, number 59. Just did not get after it, did not corral the ball.
Dalton Ray.
And I think, let's see who got that. I think it was David Manns who fell on that, number 22.
Manns has played good on special teams this year. Now Offerdahl will come out, Nick Tunn will come in for him.
Mann's
couple subs out there.
Mann's the gunner on the outside of the kickoff coverage team.
Mitch Bernard in there. Don't expect anything fancy here out of the Silver Eagles. Blang on the keeper.
Yeah, I think we'll see a little bit of Blang here because no handoffs mean the chances for fumble are very low.
5-yard pickup for Tyler.
And I'm sure that the Edgerton defense is pretty discouraged that they have to get right back on the field.
Yeah, they just got off the field after chasing Blang into the end zone. Now they're back out there. 4-yard pickup for Blang makes it 2nd and 6, 3.5 minutes to play. The Silver Eagles looking to move to level 3. They haven't been to level 3 in the playoffs for a few years. Seems like we win that first one and then get stymied.
You just love that word,
I love
don't
saying
you?
stymied. Makes me think of the Little Rascals. The handoff to Tunn. Tunn pushing a nice push there. 5-yard pickup for the senior fullback. That'll bring up 3rd and 1. Either Pewaukee or Catholic Memorial next week.
It'll be a test for Monona Grove. Catholic Memorial, the last poll I've seen has Monona Grove rated number 1 in Division 3. And I think Catholic Memorial, I believe, was 3, but certainly they were in the top 10.
Well, I got to believe the Silver Eagles deserve that number 1 after seeing them put up 41 points tonight.
You realize, Jake, I just insta-killed Michael.
No, they won't be getting it on this one.
No, and that's Riley, quarterback.
It'll be a loss on the play. Hey, guys.
Hey. All right, loss on the play. Push it back to the 34-yard line, making it, what do we got here? 3rd and 5? No, 4th and 5, excuse me.
Yeah, it's 4th down. Riley back in at quarterback. Torrin Young still in there at tailback.
Why not go for it at this point? We're under 2 minutes to play, just eating the clock up now.
Oh, yeah, this game's over. There's no reason to kick the ball here.
Riley on the keeper again.
He could get the first down here. Boy, he laid the wood to the number 82 for Edgerton. That was Case in Cleveland.
I believe he got that first down, Bob.
Yeah, I mean, he really put his head down. If you watch this on replay, Steve, here, and watch him watch him hit right there.
Came in with that shoulder.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, they're going to measure. This is the first measurement of the game. They'll have to come all the way across the field.
Not that it really matters. I mean, even if Monona Grove doesn't make the first down here, there's not nearly enough time for Edgerton to put it up 3 scores, and might not be enough time for Edgerton to put up 1 score.
Minute 42 to play. The Silver Eagles will advance to the level 3 game next week. This has been a fun year, Bob. Don't you like going 11-0?
Well, they turned the ball over on downs, so it'll go to Edgerton. Edgerton does not look all that excited.
They're not jumping up and down and clapping each other on the back.
They just look tired out there right now.
So
just
now
look tired and they just want to finish this game. Let's see if they run in any of their second teamers.
First and 10, Edgerton.
Nope. Brooks Johnson out there, quarterback.
Their first teamers in there.
Ricky Williams, the tailback. Silver Eagle defense can pat themselves on the back. They held a pretty explosive offense to just 3 scores tonight. Williams had a couple of nice runs, but for the most part, they held him in check.
Yep. I have him for 123 yards tonight.
One of the better defensive efforts against him all year. He gets it once more. Gets across the 30 out to the 33-yard line. Dexter Guyette credit for the tackle. Minute and a half to play. The ball out to the 34-yard line. 2nd and 6. Good effort tonight by the Silver Eagles. Their offense was really percolating along. This is Williams again, adding some yards on. Now he's got some running room. Brought down from behind.
Sean McCoskey said about enough of that. That big gain by Williams.
McCoskey with a nice tackle, though, catching up on the tiny little Williams. Watch Sean come in and catch him from behind here. Right there we are.
Enough. You've run far enough.
The ball to the 38-yard line of Monona Grove. We've got 1:05 to play here, and the clock started. The handoff to Williams again. He continues to pad that record. Coach clearly wants him to be the leading rusher in the state. Williams down close to the 25-yard line and a first down. Fumbled forward, but recovered by the Crimson Tide with 55 seconds left. They might score once more, Bob, but it really doesn't matter, does it? The only stat that matters is the W.
That's right. And Williams, as I watch Williams on this last series, I just don't quite follow why they didn't give the ball to him more.
Yeah, they did far more passing than I expected them to do. Now Brooks Johnson going to throw again. Pressure coming in from McCoskey. Swings it out to Converse and batted away.
Nice. Pass just a little tardy getting there. Converse open on the play, but able to close in time. And I can't see from here who that was. Was that Steve Martin?
Might have been Martin.
Yeah.
He was out on that corner. Yes, it is.
Yep. He got there just in time.
Good timing. 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line. 32 seconds to play. All academic at this point. The Silver Eagles will advance to the level 3 playoff.
Yeah, I'd like to see MG keep these guys off the board, keep it at 21.
Yeah, 21's a nice number. Johnson calling the signals. Looking to throw again. And there's the interception.
He intercepted. That was a hell of a catch back there.
Elijah Eisenberg.
Is that who that was?
Pick of the season.
Wow. That ball came off a pair of hands there, and he just picked it right off the grass. Nice catch by Eisenberger there.
Eisenberger with a nice grab. The Silver Eagles will kneel down once more and then head to the locker room victorious.
Yeah, that ball went right through their hands, and somehow he managed to come up with that. Nice catch by Eisenberger. Nice way to end the game.
He had the first interception of the season, too. So the Silver Eagles with a chance to...
Well, hopefully this isn't the last of the season.
That's right. Let's get a few more in the playoffs. Let's see a few more playoff games. So, the kneel down, and it's over, folks. The Silver Eagles have defeated the Edgerton Crimson Tide 41-21. Bob, it's been a fun season.
It sure has. You don't think there's any chance we'll be back for one more game, huh?
I think odds are against it, but should we, would be honored to be back at our
Love it.
folks again.
Love it.
Well, get out and support the Silver Eagles. If we're not on, if we are on, well then stay home and listen to us, of course.
Well, anyway, yeah, if you can, wherever they play next week, try to get out to the game. I hope they play here next week. We've had an awful lot of fun here in our 18th season doing Monona Grove football. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning in and actually putting up with us. And you know, if you have any positive comments, please feel free to call Andy Hagan. He's kind of in charge of the cable network, and
Our contract's up again,
and keeping us on the air. So yeah, any sort of positive comments, direct toward Andy. If you have negative comments, well, you know, those are better left unsaid.
Keep them to yourself.
That's right. That's right. I don't know the phone number then.
All right, the Silver Eagles defeating the Crimson Tide 41-21. Steve Martinelli alongside Bob Schmuck. Thank you ever so much for listening to us this season. Good night.